Hello, everyone. Welcome to Strixhaven Sundays. This is an open roster community campaign, which means you can play. Anybody can play. All you have to do is hop into the Discord, and we'll give you all the information on how to get in on this. Essentially, the way that this works is every week we have a rotating roster of different players to come play, and all you gotta do is just make a character. It's that easy. You don't even need a camera. All you need is a microphone. We're going to go ahead and jump right into it. I just want to say real quick, thank you so much to all of our Patreons. Because of them, everything that we do on this channel is possible. All of our one-shots, our three-shots, our marathons. Some of our lovely patrons are here on the screen. Thank you so much. I love you guys. We're going to go ahead and reintroduce our characters real quick. Tell us a little bit about who you're playing, who you are, and where we can find you. And we're going to go ahead and start off with Piper, Maddie Matihi.
Hello, I am Piper. I am Matihi. I'm Maddie Matihi. You can find me on Twitter at Maddie Matihi and also occasionally on my channel at Matihi. Starting April, I will hopefully be running some more open roster campaigns of my own where you play a child in a little city called Giona, and it's a game called Jimothy and Friends. But I'll do the rest of the spiel after game. But tonight I am playing a character named Emmy. Emmy is a monk human, kind of more of like a wrestling kind of MMA fighter. Very sweet, very much a herbo, very strong, 6'10", ginger, hot. Yeah, that's all you need to know.
Excellent. Thank you so much. This card is to you from Emma.
How dare.
Please tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay.
Oh no.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Next, we have Zombie Fighter 89.
Hello, I'm Jacob. I'm Zombie. I am Z. I am what are those names like to call me? I am the lore keeper and Captain Z of the good ship Clip. I might do. Yeah, it's been a minute. Sorry. I might do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. Today I am playing Bam Thungers, who is I am the orc wizard man who is set on quite an adventure to learn about the history of old languages and spells, and I'm just interested in learning things, history, and I found myself in this place of great education and wonder, and I've been standing in line for a tea for like a good month and a half, so it's great.
Thank you so much. Adam, thank you so much for the 2 cards to Zombie. Zombie, please tell me when to stop.
Let's see.
Let's see what you got in the coffee line.
Yeah, let's see what I got. Stop, please. Yes.
Okay.
Stop.
Ooh, that's not good.
Oh, no.
Wow.
I hope
Okay.
Not ominous at all there.
Yikes.
Spill your tea.
Yeah, that's going to be some really, oof. Okay, thank
Thanks,
you so much.
Adam. You're welcome, friend.
Speaking of Adam, tell us about who you are and who you're playing today, please.
My name's Adam. You guys can catch me in the Stellar Robo's Discord, or you guys can catch me inside either of their Twitch streams, causing as much chaos as you can see. So, but yeah, today I will be playing Solrag Saphirin, Crystal Dragonborn. Really gentle, essentially a gentle giant, loves all his friends and everything, cherishes them above everything else, and he is here to have as much fun and learn as much as he can and make himself stronger.
Excellent, thank you. And you also have 2 cards. Please tell me when to stop.
Stop.
Okay. Ooh, okay.
Okay, I'm gonna give this one a second. Stop.
Ooh, okay. We're gonna have some really interesting roleplay today. Let me just say that.
Okay. I'm excited because it didn't sound bad.
It could be. It's up to you. It's not my fault if it's bad. All right, thank you so much. And then we have Kamedare.
Hello, I am Kamedare, largely on Twitch and the lands of the Twitter. Former shoutcaster, slightly might be doing some more streams myself in the not too distant future. I'm going to be playing the decidedly at this point unlucky Fire Genasi wizard that is Eris the Shane, who has come to join Strixhaven, having gotten really excited about the idea and hoping for the perfect day, and then has kind of ended up being turned into a stone statue and falling in the mud and losing her musical instrument lute that she was kind of hoping to be using to join the join on a music scholarship for the college at the Prismari. So we're gonna have to see how this goes.
It will go swimmingly. Fuck, never mind. It's good. It'll be fine. Thank you so much. So we're gonna go ahead and open today's session up by rewinding just a little bit. We see the dormitories here on Strixhaven. We see that there are a number of people that are shuffling through the building. It is early in the morning. Some people are just waking up. Some people are returning for breakfast. Some people are stumbling out of bed at the moment. When we see Emmy bright and early on a brand new day inside of your room, what does Emmy look like? What are your mannerisms, your habits, and has your room changed at all?
So currently, Emmy is standing at 6'10", pale skin, freckles all over their cheeks, their shoulders, their face. You see this long, flowing red hair, slightly wavy. It's a little bit of a mess currently, tied back very tightly, and some of the hair kind of billowing out of the ponytail itself. She wears a fairly revealing kind of top, bit of kind of this triangle almost, kind of in the center of the chest, keeping a lot of kind of her body a bit more free than anything, and very much stacked and jacked. You can see currently in a room, there is a frog in a very sweet little kind of brown sweater that's very grumpily crossing their arms, sitting on her bed. And currently, there's room for both herself and her roommate, but she is doing pull-ups kind of on the door frame, and just kind of doing it one-armed, getting ready for the morning, getting pumped, getting ready for studying, which she hates doing.
Excellent, yes. You hear a frantic knock, 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 knock on your door in the middle of your workout.
And Emmy drops to the floor and kind of takes some of the sweat and brushes it off on her pant leg and stoops down a bit and opens the door and says, "Hello? Hi?"
As you swing the door open, you find someone that you've never met before. She is about 5 feet tall. She is a silvery tiefling. She has 3 horns coming out of her head, kind of all equidistant and sweeping back, wave-like. She has cropped black hair, and she has these bright blue eyes, and you can see that they are a little red at the moment, and her cheeks are quite puffy, as if she has recently cried. She says, "Excuse me, I'm so sorry to interrupt you. Have you seen a flying snake around here?"
Emmy kind of scratches her cheek and says, "No, I'm sorry, I don't think so."
You see her kind of leaning to try to peer around you, and she locks eyes with Reginald for a moment, and she stares. How does Reginald respond to this?
Reginald, their eyes just kind of like pupils, like little squares that are there, just kind of stares for a moment and then picks up a book about tax fraud and just kind of puts it in front of their face very slowly and opens it.
The woman leans back with a huff. She says, "All right, well, if you find a flying snake, please let me know."
Yeah, definitely. What does it look like?
It's a flying snake.
But if there's multiple flying snakes, I don't want to get the wrong one.
Oh, I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
Well, she's ruby colored, and she has these wings that start with orange, and they kind of ombre back into pink.
Okay, let me just write that down, because I'm gonna forget. And Emmy runs inside, shuffles around one of her desks, and then realizes she doesn't have any paper, and then goes to her roommates, shuffles around their desk, and grabs some paper and comes back. "Can you just tell me again? Sorry."
You see that she looks quite agitated and a bit impatient, and she just reaches forward and tries to snatch the quill out of your hand.
Oh, okay. Yeah, yes. Sorry.
She scribbles really quickly and she shoves it back into your hand. She's like, "Thank you," and
Yeah.
immediately goes to the door opposite from yours and starts banging, bang, 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 bang it. And bam! When you wake up early in the morning, what are you doing?
Depending, most of the time, he's probably like, "Why does everything got to be so early?" And he'll sort of get up and kind of like, he'll get up, sort of kind of get ready for the day, shower and such, and just I guess get prepared. He's gonna be looking for like his list of what classes do I got today and all of that stuff. Just kind of preparing spells, making sure he's got his spells, the ones he needs to have, he's got them, and packed away everything. Make sure he's got a little bit of snack or something with him in case he needs it in between classes. Just random prep.
Okay. So in the middle of prepping for your day, you hear a banging on your door, very frantic.
One moment, and then he'll walk over, and then he'll open the door. Yes, what is it?
You see the door open, and Bam is on the other side. The young woman says, "Have you seen a flying snake? She's red with peach. Orange pink wings."
Orange pink wings. That's quite a peculiar snake. No, unfortunately, I have not.
Damn it. She starts running down the hall. And you lock eyes with Emmy. What are you currently wearing, Bam?
Bam is probably wearing his purple kilt, his white shirt, everything, but probably the robe. He probably hadn't quite got the robe on yet when it's been knocked. But yeah, so he's wearing basically everything, and then the mage hand is actually no, the staff will be near his bed. He hasn't grabbed his staff yet either. So yeah.
Hey, Bam. Didn't know you were across from me.
I didn't know either. This is a nice surprise, I guess.
Oh, yeah. You want to go for like a morning workout?
I hadn't thought about it, but sure, why not?
All right,
Yeah.
let's go. And just immediately just sprints out of the room,
Well,
forgets to close it, runs back, closes the door, and then just continues.
Let me
running.
grab my things, and I'll be right there.
Okay.
Do you head in the direction that the woman had been going, or the opposite direction?
I'm probably the opposite direction. Just starts running.
Yeah. So
with the note in hand.
Excellent. So we see the camera following this tiefling, and we see Emmy's fleeing form just like becoming a dot in the distance as she runs down the hallway. And Solrag, when you first wake up in the morning, what kind of ritual are you having?
So he'll essentially be getting up, brushing his teeth and everything else, and start getting his armor and everything on. Essentially start putting the sword in the sheath, putting his shield on his back, and essentially start strapping the armor on.
Excellent. So you're pretty much finishing up putting on your armor, and you hear a bang, 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 bang.
I essentially walk over to the door and then just pull it open. Like, how can I help you?
Oh, have you seen a flying snake? She's red and she has orange pink wings and she flies around. Perhaps you've seen her.
No, I've just gotten up for the morning. Does this snake have a name?
Oh, her name is Ruby. Damn it. And you see her run across the hall, directly across from your door, and she bangs and bangs, bangs and bangs on the door. Eris, when you first wake up in the morning, what is your ritual?
It takes a little bit for Eris to wake up, having last night mostly just face planted on the bed, slightly surrounded by books that was just deciding not to have their knowledge get into it. The banging on the door actually manages to wake her up. Well, clambers, checks that she's at least somewhat all together, makes it over to the door. Hello?
Hello. I'm so sorry to disrupt your sleep. Have you seen a flying snake? Red wings. Please.
Flying snake flight. No, I'm No, definitely, certainly not a red one. No. Sorry. I'll. Where did you last see them?
Oh, the last time I saw her, she was at the Bows End Tavern, but I've been there and back and forth and up and down the halls and all throughout the campus. I just can't find her. Oh dear. Well, thank you so much. And she just starts running. And Solrag, your door is open and you see Eris.
Hello there, neighbor. Nice to meet you. My name is Solrag.
Hi there.
Quite an
forgive
awakening,
me.
isn't it?
Yeah. Sorry, I don't do mornings terribly well. I'm Eris. Pleased to meet you. I've not had much of a chance to meet too many people. Yes, it's been a bit of a few weeks.
Yes, I can agree. The entrance into this academy has been quite an interesting one.
Yeah. Yes. I'm not going to disagree there.
But if you would like, go ahead and go into your room and get yourself ready. You look like you're still waking up yourself.
Yeah, I think I could do with several coffees. I'll be right back and just slowly closes the door.
Do I see Bam from my door at all?
Yeah, I think as you're kind of stepping out and talking to Eris leaves. You can't see Emmy. You don't know where Emmy is, but you see Bam closing the door and starting to go down the hallway. Only a few doors down, so you could definitely within talking range.
Bam, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing today? Did you also get that awakening that we just had?
Well, if the awakening is some lady banging on your door asking about a dragon, then yes.
A dragon? She said a snake.
Or snake, I'm sorry. I was thinking the wings.
Oh,
it's too early in the morning.
Right here. Understandable, yes. Yeah. Where are you off to this morning?
I'm off to apparently work out.
Really?
Yeah. Emmy invited me, and I'm a very tall, sort of beefy-ish boy, so want to test myself. I don't remember last time I actually tried to do weights and such, so want to test myself a little bit.
Would you mind if I tagged along at all?
I can't see why not.
All right, awesome. Let me grab the last of my things, and I'll be right there with you.
Okay, and then I'll be right out here, and then as he's waiting for Solrag, Bam will just kind of look through his bag real quick just to make double check he's got everything.
Excellent. So as Bam and Solrag return to their rooms briefly to collect their items, Solrag, you have a mirror hanging in your room. It's up to you if it's yours or if it's your roommate's, but there's one on the wall here. And as you're kind of checking over yourself, you lock eyes with your reflection. And as you do, what emotion are you feeling right now?
Essentially, Solrag would be kind of almost excited, happy, just because he got a rude awakening, but he's at least going to meet with his friends, have a pleasant morning, going for a workout with them.
Yeah. So you have this sense of belonging and this pleasant, excited feeling in your chest. And for a brief moment, we see the screen haze into shadow and smoke, and we are transported to another time and place as we revisit one of your memories. You have drawn the Urali card.
Ooh.
So this here, well, less creepy music. So open up a scene for me. Just pick a location, any time and place where Solrag was very excited about something.
Essentially, it would probably be when he was going on a hunt with his second eldest brother, and essentially he's finally allowed to go out and actually start learning how to be a fighter, learn how to utilize the weapons, and try to learn to use his abilities.
You're on a mountain path during this hunt, and there's a storm brewing overhead. And even as the rain kind of patters down on you and makes the track a bit rough and difficult to traverse, it doesn't beat down your morale. You're stronger than this, and you're excited, and you are not fazed by this at all. And while you are on this hunt, what is it exactly that you are hunting?
So essentially, because we'd be living on a mountain, so we'd be out hunting either mountain goat more than likely, and his second oldest brother Euros would be showing him how to traverse the mountainside, see what rocks are steady, which ones could possibly collapse underneath you.
Excellent. Yeah, so as the rocks are being pointed out in this moment, you see Euros' attention is drawn elsewhere. In your eyes, for a brief moment, you catch a glimpse of something silver in the brush line off to your left.
Euros, there's something over in the brush there. It's shining almost like a metal.
Oh, I don't see anything. Are you sure?
Positive. Should I go check it out?
Very well. Don't stray too far from the path. I'll keep my eyes out for goats.
And then I'll start walking over to there, minding the stones around my feet.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me athletics here. Let's see how well you'll pick across this rainy, rocky path.
Gotcha.
16. Very good. Okay. Yeah, you nimbly make your way over, very careful, making sure you have solid footholds as you do. And as you push through the brush line here, you see a unicorn.
He would just be in awe, essentially, because these are creatures that are not often seen, and like this is his first time out on a hunt, so this is the first time he's ever seen a creature like this, and he would just stay quiet because he knows he would spook any animal if they make any sudden noises or sounds.
It almost seems as if time pauses for a moment as you look at this magnificent creature. It almost seems to glow here in the darkness, an aura just sort of pervading off of it in a very soft and gentle, almost moonlight basking. And as it lifts its head, it almost sounds as if the chime of soft bells are ringing in the area, and you see its eyes, purple and shiny, lock onto you for a brief moment. And in this exchange, you just feel this sense of warmth and comfort wash over you. It almost feels as if great pleasure fills your heart. And just as quickly as this moment has come, the unicorn begins to dash away and it disappears.
So we just would be standing there in awe for a moment, like, this is amazing. Like, I never knew the world was like this. And just be like looking around, making sure there's nothing else, and then make his way back to his brother.
Roll me a perception check.
Uh-oh.
Okay, 13.
Not horrible. Okay.
As you're looking around, and just as you're about to leave, you find a small tuft of unicorn hair that has snagged on a nearby branch.
He would grab that and put it in his satchel.
Okay. It would be enough for maybe to make one really small paintbrush if you ever wanted to use it for something. It's not a lot of hair, but you can add unicorn hair to your inventory.
Ooh.
And we see this little montage of Solrag joining Euros again, and questions are asked, and Euros doesn't believe you as you are continuing your hunt with the goat. But this particular memory, it stays with you for a very long time. And as we return back into your dorm, you shake your head, and you have that feeling of awe and excitement in your chest. And then you finish getting ready, and you join the others. We'll kind of flash forward just a bit, and we see Emmy, Bam, Solrag. You're in the main lobby of the dorms, and you're working out. And it's just the way that the dorm is laid out. In order for Eris to leave the building or go literally anywhere, Eris just happens to have to go through the lobby. So, Emmy, what does this workout look like as you have 2 others joining you?
I think at this point, Emmy has challenged both Solrag and Bam if they can find some sort of like bar or something for like, and basically essentially each one hang off each side of the bar, and the other person has to do like push-up or like try to lift them, either like deadlift the group and like drop them. This is what Emmy has suggested. It's like, all right, now you get to deadlift me, okay, Solrag?
All right, let's go. Let's see if I can do this. I'm
Okay.
excited.
Let's
So
go,
is she deadlifting you and me at the same time, or just different times?
I mean, yes.
Oh, okay. Try, I suppose.
All right, let's go.
Roll me athletics at disadvantage.
Good luck, Solrag.
Me?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Athletics at disadvantage.
Yeah. Okay, a 10. Not bad. So you definitely can't show off here, but you managed something. Describe to me what happens.
Essentially, you see like put the bar behind his head and have it. Both of them are hang on the sides on the pole, and he'd be like, "All right," just starts lifting and like just barely like struggling to get them both up even a little bit. Especially since Bam is already taller than he is, so he's struggling to even like lift him up past that. So Bam's probably like leaning over it with his stomach on top of the pole.
Emmy's got like their legs like curled up, like holding on to it.
Eris, you walk in on this.
She's adjusting her glasses as she comes in, has managed to at least look like she hadn't just woken up and entirely normal and settled, and then stops and hi, I'm not intruding, am I at all? You seem to be occupied here.
No, not at all. Don't worry. I mean, it's a common room for a reason. Hi. I'm Emmy.
Hi, I'm Eris. I think I'm apparently just across the hall from your friend Solrag here, and he's just tilting the head to see them hanging.
Hey, Eris, how's it going?
That's impressive.
Yeah.
Would you like to join?
I'm. Yes.
Are you
but
good at lifting?
I'm not sure. I've tried, but I'm not sure I can do that. I mean, she tries to show that there's not. She's more small, built for moving fast. No way is there any sign of sort of real general strength there. I mean, sure. No. Let's give this a go. We can do this. We can do this.
All right, you got 3 of us that you can choose who you want to lift.
So she looks between the tall person, and the other tall person. Let's go with you, Emmy. Let's if we're gonna do this, let's might as well do the whole thing.
All right, do you want to like bridal style me, or should I just like lay on the ground and like you grab my arms? I don't know. What do you want to do?
She looks completely confused and is like, "Sure, let's do that."
Okay, and everyone just like lie on the ground, just like I don't know. Put your arms under my legs and like under my back, trying to pull me up.
Okay.
Lift with your
well,
legs, though, not your back.
These people seem to know exactly what they're doing, and I'm just gonna try to wing this. She
Roll me
maneuvers up
athletics.
to-
This is such a bad idea.
This is a horrific idea. I mean, just saying.
Solrag's looking at this. He's excited, like, yes.
It's a 17.
17.
Wow.
See you.
Eris, tell me how you absolutely crushed this.
They're just walking up, just like deep breaths. We can do this. We can do this. There's muttering, going straight in, anchors the very firmly on the ground, grabs, just like, And she's even rather clearly surprised herself that this is actually working. There's this starts as a small smile, as a big grin. It's like, I can do this. I can do this, apparently. This is great.
You hear a woohoo! Yeah! Someone, as everyone like looks over to see who is cheering you on, you see Nora, the RA here.
Oh.
Nora was the one that helped everyone kind of like find their rooms and get you situated. So you know her just kind of vaguely as someone who is a student that can help you around the dorm area. She's like, yeah, I did not expect that to happen. I was actually like real close to tell you that you probably shouldn't do that, but well done.
Thank you. And she's momentarily, it was as if she's going to go to like wave back and then remembers, no, must still hold her. Thank you. I did not expect this to happen either. Okay, I'm just gonna lower you down.
Solrag will just come up behind Eris and like give her a slap on the back, like not hard, but like a good smack if that's all right, Eris.
Yeah, that is.
All right,
unfortunately, that's a sudden enough surprise to make you and let go.
Ooh.
Then it crashes the ground.
Ow, are you okay?
Sorry, Emmy, are you all right?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Eris, that was awesome, amazing. Like,
Thank you. You sure you're okay down there?
Yeah, just gonna like crack my back a bit and like immediately kind of stretches and flexes back and you hear like a few snaps. And then they kind of shake themselves out. It's like, yeah, I'm good. Don't worry. That was awesome.
It was quite impressive.
You know, you see Nora kind of waving around a small slip of paper. I was trying to find someone to give this last study voucher to, but you know, I think you've earned this. And she holds it out to Eris.
Oh. Very clearly perking up to the extent that the ends of her hair, which normally is the sort of the general dark red color of the rest of it, seem to slowly start smoldering as if on fire as her general mood starts perking up a bit. Thank you. I'm not actually sure what the study voucher is, but thank you.
Nora steps around to stand next to you, and she kind of leans in close and she points at the words as she's reading them. This is a study voucher. It'll be good for one private room at the Bows End Tavern. So it's a private room. It's really comfortable. I think you even get complimentary tea or coffee or something. Yeah, and you know, I'm a second year, but I know that the first year's your magical physiologies exam is coming up pretty soon. So I had a few of these vouchers. They're kind of distributed out to some of the older students, and I thought that maybe some first years could use some help with it. And I mean, you don't definitely deserve this. That was a feat of strength right there. You know,
there's a moment as the memory of the attempted study last night and it just not working for this particular exam, and the smile for yes, yeah, I'll take all the help I can get. Thank you.
Yeah.
It's slightly back to being bouncy and trying to have a pocket. Yeah, pocket. Yeah.
Okay. As cool as that was, please stop lifting other students in the dorm. Maybe like somewhere. Might get in trouble. I might get in trouble. And
is
we
there
don't.
a recreational area anywhere then?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Lifting club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. Why didn't we go there? But I mean, yeah, this is fun. Yes, I'd rather do this. This is amazing. But if we get in trouble, I'd rather not.
Yes, I would rather not either.
Yeah, if you want to, see someone about the lifting club, you want to find Greta. Greta is part of the Iron Lifter Society. Yeah.
Oh, okay, yes.
Yeah, we should. I've been meaning to go, but just a lot of studying. Definitely. Thanks, Nora, right?
Yeah, Nora and Wu. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, you too.
It was Emmy, right?
Yeah, and extends a hand and gently shakes theirs.
Yeah, Nora has very soft hands, and as she shakes it enthusiastically, and she has a very, very bright smile, and it makes her eyes twinkle as she looks at you. She tilts her head just a little bit.
Emmy will reflect the excitement, still smiling, showing that little gap tooth that they have in their mouth, just completely mimicking energy in terms of this.
Well, I hope that you enjoy the study room, and good luck on your exams.
Yeah, thanks. You too. I think, right? Yeah, you too. Maybe, I don't know.
I understand what you mean. I'm a second
Yeah.
year, so I already took that exam last year, but yes, thank you.
Yeah, of
It's-
course.
yeah.
And just like Emmy's like, oh no.
Yeah,
Like,
Nora's just kind of like, all right, I'm gonna go now.
yeah, I'm gonna go too. I gotta find a flying snake. I think, hey, we should find that flying snake. Maybe.
You have a great day, Nora.
All right.
Oh, you got
Bye,
woken up about the
Solrag.
flying snake as well.
Yeah, the snake. I got and then they take out the piece of parchment. It's very sweaty now. It was like under their boob. They had tucked it and he takes it out. It's like I forgot what it looked like, and the ink's kind of run. Do any of you remember what it looks like?
Yes. She red snake with some sort of pink wings? Did she say?
I thought weren't the wings orangish?
Just
Oh, they were peach.
red.
Maybe.
Okay.
Oh,
Hold on.
no.
I got a name.
I don't know
for it,
why
at
people
least.
describe things this early in the morning to me. I just
The name of the snake was Ruby, apparently, from what she told me.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
That
Okay.
makes sense because it's red.
Ah,
That
that's a
will
good
check out,
name
yes.
for that, yes.
Very appropriate name.
Yeah.
Did she tell you, any of you at all, where she might have seen it last, or what happened?
Flying.
Oh, yes. Give me a moment as she tries very carefully to go back to the bit before her brain had apparently switched on properly. I think it was over by the tavern, I think. Was it? Yes.
Maybe we
Maybe.
should look there.
It's a good start.
Good, because I feel really awkward from before. Maybe we,
Sorry, I'll just give her. Sorry, I'll just give you a soft pat on the back, like it's all right. It's still early in the morning, and we had excitement. Don't even worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Emmy's face is, you see that like though Emmy usually has like, she's very much a farmer's tan, like on the face, on the shoulders. You can see that her face is like a little bit more red than before. She's like, let's go, let's go. Ugh.
Excellent.
They start taking off right toward the tower, to the tavern.
As the three start taking off, Eris going to raise that. Can we get a coffee before we do this?
Yeah.
Yes, of course.
You know, a tea sounds really good. I want one of those.
Are we gonna wait 3 hours again?
Yes, I was about to. I was a little worried about that.
3
Actually,
hours.
thinking about that again.
Yeah,
3
it was like-
hours? I
wasn't it
felt like I
3
was
hours?
waiting for a week and a half for mine, a month and a half for mine.
Oh my god.
I mean,
A
times.
lot of students here.
All right, y'all
weird.
continue along. This meme has gone on far too long.
Nah.
So the group of you begin to make your way towards the Bows End Tavern, and as you are approaching the building, you see that there is a small statue along the walkway. There are some very well manicured fields of grass and bushes, and this particular statue seems to have some kind of paint smeared across it. You can tell it's been vandalized. And in front of the statue here is an individual that is currently diligently working at the paint here, trying to wash it off. You see a very elegantly dressed and well manicured individual. She is an owlin. She's an owl person. You can see that her feathered hands are currently working away at the front of the statue, trying to scrub some of this paint off.
Hello there. What happened here?
Oh, hello. Just your regular rabble-rousing art of the day, I suppose. It's quite common. first
It is?
years and second years. It's probably some kind of tradition, to be honest, but I don't mind. It's an invigorating workout in the morning.
We also had an invigorating workout. It mostly involved us
Yeah.
lifting each other.
No,
That is true.
wonderful.
Although I'm not too sure that was so much a tradition as it just kind of happened.
Mm.
Well, I suppose this sort of thing just kind of happens too. And she's just kind of like scrubbing and scrubbing as she's talking to you. She seems to be in quite a pleasant mood.
Oh, sorry, mind my manners. My name is Solrag. You may be.
Ah, my name is Shuvadri Lintmantle.
Pleasure to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you too. Good morning.
And these are my friends. This here is Bam.
Oh.
And Emmy, of course, right here, the excited one.
Hello.
Hi. Hey. Hi.
And this is our new friend, Eris. She is quite the lifter herself. She has shocked us all, I think.
Oh.
Hi. Apparently so.
Oh, excellent. You look quite strong. Yes, you have a glow about you.
I'm told that a lot. Although sometimes that's usually because something's on fire.
Oh.
It's not supposed to be on fire, but it does happen.
Oh, what's a little bit of fire at a college of wizards, right? It's fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
Emmy looks nervous.
Well.
Did you need any help, or are you close to finishing?
Oh, well, I'm the campus grounds graffiti eraser, so this is part of my job. It's fine. I don't really need help. If you want to help, you can, but I don't mind the work. It is good work.
Oh, hey, have you seen a flying snake?
Oh, I've seen quite a few, actually.
This one's red.
Definitely red.
Yeah.
A red
Like-
snake.
Yes, with like pinkish orange wings.
Oh, yes. I believe I did see one around the tavern earlier this morning.
Was it just freely flying about, or did you see it go in any specific direction?
I don't recall, but it does seem to be flying around. It didn't seem in any sort of panic or anything.
It might still be there then.
Do you know how long ago this was?
Oh, you see her kind of looking up, trying to tell the time. Perhaps about 2 hours ago.
Okay.
Hmm. Oh, it's worth a
Definitely
shot.
Yeah, it
Definitely
seems
sounds
like
like
sounds like the tavern is still our best shot to try and find this.
I agree. Let's go ahead and go there for that.
Yes.
Thanks so much, Shubadri. We appreciate it.
Of course.
And good luck with the paint.
Oh, thank you. Have a nice day.
You too.
You continue on to the tavern. Map. As you
Hot owl.
end. Yes. All of the NPCs in this game are so hot. It's not fair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. As you are entering into the tavern here, you see there are a number of students spread throughout. In the tavern here, you see that there are a number of people gathered throughout the area. Some of them are gathered in clusters and visibly studying. Some of them are having breakfast. There is a soft scent of tea and coffee, sort of aromatic in the air, and there is a low drone of voices. As you walk in, you can see that there is another owlin currently working at the bar. And you see there is a dark-robed woman sitting at one of the feeding tables up towards the front.
Well, I can go up if you like. I can go up and get the drinks if
Yeah,
you all want
sure.
to.
I'll
What-
go talk to. We should each split up and try to talk to somebody, see if they've seen this snake at all.
Good idea.
That's a very
The good
idea.
idea is yes. What does everybody want, so I can get kind of a count of what everybody wants.
Just get me whatever you get. I should be more than pleased with that.
If you're good with tea, then yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's too early in the morning to even start thinking of drinking.
Just
Oh,
water
yes.
is fine for me.
Okay.
Eris
about
is going to
yours?
look from person to person, isn't he? Double espresso, please. It would be
Oh.
they will do a triple. I'll take that.
You said
I
you
will-
needed multiple cups of coffee. I kind of figured you'd go for another one.
That's fine. Yes, I'll see if they can do 3. And
Thank
he'll
you.
and then Bam will make his way over to the counter over there. Yeah.
Okay. As you come up, you see this handsome fella.
Look at how
Look
hot
at
he
you.
is.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Whoa! The intensity of the eyes.
So as you come up, you see this very, very well-built Owlin. He is currently wearing an apron over his leather jacket, and he is attending to a number of customers. There is a little bit of a line, Bam, as you're coming up, and this is the moment that I've realized that I got 2 different locations mixed up. So you're actually at the Fire Jolt Cafe, and every single time I've said so far tavern, I was lying.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, we
Yep.
misheard that. Yeah, it's
Yeah,
actually
that's
the
right.
Fire Jolt Cafe.
It's the Fire Jolt Cafe.
Yeah.
You've been here at the Fire Jolt Cafe. And, yeah. Javanesh is actually supposed to work at the tavern, but he's here today. He's filling in. He looks like he is definitely a bit frazzled. He keeps opening cupboards and closing them. He obviously doesn't know where everything is. And as you come up, the customer in front of you walks away. Javanesh looks to you, Bam, and says, if you want anything other than black coffee, you're gonna have to come back another day. I'm filling in for the assistant manager who has fallen sick. Apparently there was a kerfuffle the other day, including frogs and vomiting strange liquids.
Oh, usually you don't. Usually the 2 don't mix.
Yeah.
Well, I know one friend who really wants a coffee, wanted espresso, but if all we can do is coffee, then
Coffee.
can I get 1 coffee then?
All right. I suppose I can give water. Do you want water?
Oh, someone did want water? Yes.
All
I
right.
would like water, please. Well, yes.
1 coffee, 1 water. I've got juice. Do you want juice?
What kind of juice?
He opens a cupboard. I'm not sure. It's pink.
Ah, screw it. I'll try it.
All right. You want 1?
Yes. Well, 2 juices.
2?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yes, I wanted 4 things when I came up here, so that'll equal out 4.
All right. Decisive. Good. And he begins to reach down and he starts pouring the drinks. And then he asks for some money and you give it to him.
Yep.
Yeah, and he says, all right, well, have a seat somewhere. Enjoy if you need coffee or
Thank
water.
you. I hope your day gets
Or
better for
juice.
you. I know you're normally not over here, but
Oh, I'm trying to help. Trying to do my part.
very appreciative. Thank you.
Yeah. All right.
And then
Bye.
Bam will take and Bam will take the drinks and head on off. He'll probably leave a little extra. He'll just leave a little extra as a tip. Because
Oh,
he-
yeah,
he was
oh, mate,
earlier.
you don't need to do this. No, that's fine. I don't even work here. Normally.
Are you
Yeah, no.
Well-
Save your money. It's fine.
okay? And then he'll take his money back, I guess. And then he'll
Listen, if you
walk
want to
away.
tip me, you come by the Bows End Tavern. You get a good drink. It'll knock your socks off. And, if you enjoy it, you can tip me there. I believe in earning my
depending-
keep.
Depending on how good or bad I do my exam, you might see me drinking there. Yes.
If you have one of those student study vouchers, I can let you into one of the side rooms.
Okay. We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
Yeah. All right. Bye.
And then Bam will kind of, I guess, walk off and I guess kind of like wait. I guess walk over to where Emmy is, and then I got the drinks.
Oh, thanks. And Emmy will take the water.
They didn't have Is everyone at the table, or is it just Emmy?
We just kind of wandered over to wait and just lean on the table.
Yeah, feel free to move your tokens wherever you would like.
Yeah, Solrag will probably go over to somebody and start asking questions a little bit and come to the table after a little bit.
Okay, so then I'll just put your drink to the side. So, and then I'll go over to Eris. They didn't have the espresso, but they did have coffee. I figured something's better than nothing.
Well, that's fantastic. Her eyes are just fixed on the cup. It's like, thank you very much. Very carefully takes it because she doesn't want to spill anything. Much appreciated. And just like holds it there and going for a bit and just enjoying drinking. Very clearly seeming a lot more calmed by the fact that she's finally got some caffeine.
Yes, caffeine's good.
It's pretty bitter. It's pretty strong coffee. There is not very much finesse put into this particular brew, but it does the job. It's like a kick to the head.
She's going to be quietly vibrating in her seat, complete with, again, her hair is, well, at least the end of it is starting to smolder and at least glow a bit again. She's getting the impression this is starting to feel a little bit more like normal.
Hey, Bam, did you ask the cafe attendant? I don't know what the term is. Did you ask them about the flying snake?
I was, but they seemed very frazzled, and they seemed like they were very busy, and they were filling in, actually. It's not the normal person that's here. So I wanted to, but I feel like they probably wouldn't have paid attention if that was here anyway.
Gotcha. Well, I'm gonna go see if I can find someone to ask questions for, okay?
Okay.
All right, and Emmy will start wandering. Is the area in F4, is that accessible for us?
F4, yes. So kind of looking around, what you see here in the tavern cafe is that there is a sort of like side store here. You can see that there are shelves of merchandise. There seems to be an attendant working the booth, and there's a student currently surveying one of the shelves here. There is a fireplace towards the back, a more private, cozy lounge area. You see there is an individual sitting on one of the couches back there who seems to be a little bit on the sullen side. And then over towards the eastern side of the building, you can see that there are a number of curtains that are drawn, which presumably are for private rooms. You can hear some hushed voices coming from the middle one there. But it is currently closed and you cannot see who's inside. As Emmy begins to walk off, we see Solrag approaching the dark-robed woman. And as you do, her head lifts up. And she gives you a small smile. You see that she has long dark hair and then she has very striking features. You see that she is currently reading a book. She folds it closed very carefully and looks up to you. Hello. Darling,
there.
Who are you? I haven't seen you around here before.
I am a first year. I just arrived not more than a few days ago. My name is Solrag. Pleasure to meet you.
Solrag. Well, charmed. And you see her gently lift up one of her hands, and you see that her fingernails are perfectly manicured, and they're coffin nails. They're like black and shiny. Oh no, they're matte. Oh, they're matte.
Mm-hmm.
He will reach up and grab her hand and kiss the top of her hand. It's like, pleasure to meet you, my lady.
As you touch her hand, it is ice cold for some reason to the touch. She's also, underneath her dark robes, she's wearing the nondescript robes of a first year. She says, I'm currently studying for the upcoming exam. It's a pleasure to meet you as well. What brings you here into the Fire Jolt Cafe?
What a chilling experience you are. But yes, no. Me and my friends came here in search of something. A winged snake. Have you by chance seen one at all?
Snake, no. I've had my nose buried in my book, more or less. I'm sorry.
All right. What is your name, if I may ask?
My name is Aurora Luna Winterstar. A pleasure to
Winterstar.
make your acquaintance.
Quite a unique name.
Thank you. You see her like flip her hair over her shoulder. I'm a singer and a songwriter.
Really, that is fascinating. I'm a flute player myself.
Oh.
I love the musical arts.
Does that mean you intend to join the show band association?
Possibly, yes. I've still yet to decide on what else I will do, but I've always wanted to approach my musical talents a little more.
Well, I have certainly joined the association myself, so if you would like to make some music together sometimes, perhaps, you can find me there.
Well, absolutely. So which test are you studying for today?
You see her kind of run her hand over the front of the book that she was reading. Oh, the magical physiologies exam, of course. You're covering Slotty. Have you been studying?
Not yet, but I do plan to tonight. And not sure how well I will do, but if you would like to, would you want to study later on together?
Perhaps. She kind of coyly strokes the book again. I do have plans with some friends tonight, but maybe if we run into each other, I would be open to it.
Absolutely. Well, I will let you get back to your studying then, and thank you for the help at least. I appreciate it.
Of course. Nice to meet you, Solrag. And she lowers her eyes and opens her book and continues reading.
And Solrag will probably head back to the table where Bam is and at least discuss that he couldn't find anything, at least figure out anything at all. Hey, Bam, how's it going? Did the bartender say anything?
Sorry. This juice was interesting.
It's guava.
Oh yes, guava. Yes, here's your guava. No, the person there is just they're very overworked. They're covering for somebody else, and they seem very fragile. Fragile, probably also, but frazzled is what I was going for. And so I didn't even want to ask. They probably weren't paying attention or would remember, to be fair.
Same with me. The young woman I spoke with, she had not seen anything either. She was studying for the physiologies test later on.
That's probably smart. It's probably a good idea.
Yeah, so we should make sure to study up on Slotty, because that's at least we know what we're studying, at least.
Yes.
Eris just groans at you mentioning the Slardy, having still quietly vibrating. It's like, there are too many types of them.
There's a lot from what I've seen, yes. Well, I wanted to wait till you got your drink. I suppose I could go walk around some more and ask more questions as well, but I want to make sure you got your drink.
Thank you, Bam. I appreciate it.
Yes.
Did you need reimbursement for the drink at all?
You owe me one. How about that?
Fair enough. I have no issues with that. At the tavern later, then.
I agree. And so then Bam will sort of get up and then he'll walk kind of over. Are we able to get into F5? It seems pretty open.
F5, yes.
I'll go up to this person then.
Okay. So we follow the camera as Bam begins to move towards the back lounge there, and it hooks instead onto Emmy. Emmy, you walk into this side store here. Oh, my cat! What are you doing?
Oh.
Kitty cam.
As you are entering into the newsstand area, you can see that there are some decorative leisure items. There's some posters, stickers, knickknacks, all sorts of things here. There are a number of different magazines that range from Mages Monthly to Potions to Spells and Caster. The attendant at the counter here seems to be more or less uninterested in engaging you. Just kind of looks up and just like, hey, and then looks back down to whatever they're reading.
And Emmy just starts kind of looking around, really interested in the posters because, you know, when you go to university or academy, you always want to buy posters when you go. But Emmy kind of like searches around, kind of looking for things, gets a little bit distracted with some of these various articles and magazines, and like at first starts flipping through them and kind of shakes her head. It's like, no, snake. It goes up to the counter and says, hey, hi, have you seen a flying snake that's red? A cat crawling on someone's shoulder? I don't know.
The attendant says no, without even looking up.
Okay, cool, thanks. Emmy just kind of grunts and just starts wandering around, seeing if anybody else is here.
Yeah, so as you start to move towards the back here, Godfather Ray, thank you for the card to Emmy. Please tell me when to stop. Oh, are you going to help me?
Oh, no.
I want the night card so bad. Stop. I want Quintilius.
It's not the
Oh,
night
no.
card.
Damn it.
Okay, I love it. All right, cool. As you come up towards this individual here, he turns around and he looks you straight in the face. It is Quintilius. You see, he is currently holding a newspaper in his hand, and he says, "Oh, what do you want?"
Oh, hey, just a quick question. Have you seen like a flying snake around anywhere?
Flying snake.
Yeah, it's like red with wings and
Oh.
flying. No?
What a silly question. No, I have not seen a flying snake.
Oh, okay. And Emmy kind of pauses and says, Are you like a second year?
No, I'm a
Oh.
first year.
Oh, me too. I'm Emmy.
He kind of like looks you up and down, and he says, "Are you joining the Dead Languages Society or the Play Actors Drama Guild?"
No, I'm joining the Iron Lifting Club. Probably.
He visibly rolls his eyes at you. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah? Do I look really strong? I try to.
Kind of like clicks his tongue, looks you up and down. Sure.
Hey, thanks. I appreciate that. And Emmy just very genuinely smiles like it's a compliment.
Uh-huh. You see him kind of like slowly turn away, and he's like putting the newspaper back.
And Emmy just says, okay, well, if you see a flying snake, my friends and I are going to be around. Good to meet you. Sorry, what was your name again?
Quintilius Antiphian Melanthor III.
Quintilius. Cool. I'm Emmy Burdesk. I forgot if I said that. Anyway, have fun with magazines and dead languages, I guess.
Right.
And Emmy just like very enthusiastically just kind of waves and just begins leaving.
So like as you're leaving, he begins to look away and like kind of mess with the newspaper again, and takes a quick look right over his shoulder for just a brief second, and you leave. Okay.
Yeah.
Right about when Emmy steps out, we see Bam approaching the back here. Bam, roll me a perception check, please.
Perception. See if I can read right.
Okay, a 9.
Yeah.
So as you're coming up towards the back here, we see a young woman by the fire. for a brief moment, it looks like she's wiping something from her face. And just as you're coming up, she begins to stand up, and it looks like she's about to leave. She says, "Oh, sorry. I didn't mean to almost walk into you."
It's quite fine. I'm just going around. There was someone who was going around our dorms this morning and looking for their dragon friend. We wanted to know if you saw a red dragon with pink orangish wings flying around at all.
Dragon.
Mm-hmm.
She seems a bit frazzled. She seems a bit distracted as she's looking around. She wipes out her face again, and she pulls out a small little notebook, and she begins to flip through it. I don't think I've heard anything about a dragon.
Okay.
Like a full-size dragon, like an adult dragon.
I don't know if I was told, but I'm assuming it sounds like a smaller size dragon. It flies around. I think it's a buddy.
Oh, okay.
But I could be wrong.
Is it missing? Is it
Yes,
large? Is it considered dangerous? Should
I don't know if it's dangerous or not. Because we saw a sighting of it flying around, not harming or being destructive in any way, just flying around. So I think it's
Okay.
just either flying off like a dog who gets to like run out of the house and down the street and look, I'm free. I'm kind of guessing it's that sort of situation with the dragon.
Okay. Who are we to report this to if we see it?
DM, what was the name?
I don't think anyone got a name.
Oh, okay, that's what I had thought. I didn't want to make up a name. Okay.
Oh no.
It was really early in the morning, and I don't think I ever asked her name.
Oh, all right. Yeah, she kind of closes it and puts her notebook away. She wipes out her face again. Yeah, I'll ask around, I guess. She seems to have a kind of, actually, roll me an insight check. I'm not gonna give this to you for free.
I was gonna say I was gonna be curious anyway, but what did you want me to write? Insight?
Insight, please.
Ooh.
18. Okay. As you're kind of like reading her body language here, you can tell that she seems to be a bit uncomfortable in her skin, and just looking at her features here, it's pretty obvious that she's been crying. She seems like she's really eager to leave and kind of dismiss what's going on here. She's trying not to be rude to you.
Right.
But she seems preoccupied at the moment.
Well, more important, are you okay? My name is Bam Thungers. You seem really upset about something. I don't want to cry.
It's okay. No, I'm fine. It's fine. Nice to meet you, Bam. My name is Mina Lee. I work with the Strixhaven Star, so I do a little bit of journaling. Journalist. I'm a journalist, not journaling. That's very different.
Yes. Well, okay. Well, if you say everything is okay, I'll believe you. Like I said, I don't want to pry too much, but if you ever need anyone to talk to, just come find me. I give her the name of my dorm. I don't know exactly the number, but I'm there usually.
Okay, yeah.
So look around if you need anyone to talk to.
Okay. Thanks. Yeah. Have a nice day.
You too.
She begins to walk off.
Okay. And then Bam will just walk back to the table.
Okay.
And then he'll, if we're still on me, I'm gonna go right next to Solrag, and I'll go, we've made a really big error.
What is that?
We don't know her name.
Whose name? The snake's name is Ruby.
No, the person we're supposed to report it to. The woman who was banging on all of our doors.
Oh.
That's a good point.
Emmy, did you get the name of the lady who was pounding on the doors?
Emmy kind of scratches his head her head.
It was so early, I didn't even think to ask.
No, it was too early for me as well. So
I asked for the pet's name, but not hers.
yes.
Solrag, as you're kind of trying to think back to earlier today, you're kind of struggling to pull on the memory, and you happen to forget something. You have drawn the
no.
Fool card.
No.
I was like, oh man, I hope he got wish and he could just wish to know the name.
No.
Damn it.
You lose something. It can be a memory, it can be a sense, a bond, etc. It can be something abstract, it can be something literal. It's totally up to you. You either let go of something or you lose something.
Let's see here.
And I can also give you a little bit to think about.
Yeah, I'm gonna need a second on this.
Okay,
one.
that's totally fine. Because just as the group of you are talking, there is a loud noise coming from the curtain area here. All of a sudden, you see someone stumble out. And it is Xanther. You see him kind of stumble out as if he has tripped over something. There's a panicked look on his face. He says, Hey, everyone, clear the way. And he begins to stumble further away. You see another person stumble out. I think this is the first time we're meeting him. You see a Minotaur.
Yes.
I love them.
I love it.
Oh, they're so great.
The
See,
best.
You see a gentle giant, very finely dressed, with small spectacles on his face. He looks troubled. You see his eyes are wide and fearful as he stumbles out as well, and he tries to get out of the way here. He says, "Oh no!"
So we notice this happening, and we can hear the commotion.
Yeah, and you hear a "Ah!" as Urzmatok comes flying out. And very shortly after them is... Sorry, try and make this cinematic as fuck. Chasing after them appears to be a large table.
Oh, shit.
And that's where we're going to take our break. When we come back, we're going to get into some combat here as...
I guess we'll table this for now.
Wow.
Stream over. We can't do this.
Thanks for tuning in, everyone. We're
Bye.
leaving now.
We will
Have a
be
great
back
night.
in 5 minutes. So please grab a drink, do a little stretch, grab a snack, and we'll be back here soon. Okay. I need everyone to select their tokens and roll me some initiative, please.
Oh, what the heck? I select my token. I'll try again and see if it adds me.
Okay, so me and this thing are good.
What did you roll? I'll just add you.
Oh, I rolled a 10.
Okay. Okay. Ooh, that's not good. I'll have Solrag go first. Okay. Cool. Solrag. So you see that there are people fleeing one of the private rooms towards the back here. And you can see that there is a table lurching, animated by some kind of unseen power, some kind of magical source, lurching forward and about to destroy anything in its path. What would you like to do? You're up first.
So seeing that everybody's fleeing from it, Solrag will start running right up to there to get in the way to at least start protecting the people who are fleeing. So how far is that now?
It is quite a distance away.
Yeah. Ooh, okay. So I will probably action dash up to there then.
Okay.
So yeah, let's just run straight up into its face and get right there.
All right. So like, what are in your hands as you're running up towards it?
So as I'm running, I would pull out my sword and shield and start putting myself straight in front of it, holding the shield like up in whatever its face technically is.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. All right. And that's fantastic because you're right up against it. Its turn is next. Emmy, one of the cards that you have drawn is the skull card.
Oh
no.
So it's going to make this encounter a little harder. For some reason, as Solrag runs up to it, you just see the table just begin to like...
Oh no.
Watch out, Solrag! Oh no, it's back!
And it gets even huger.
Not again.
Not again. You see the table try to slam forward into you, Solrag. Oh, really? I rolled a nat one. Okay. I think Solrag, you see it kind of like as it's warbling and it's contorting and getting bigger, it tries to slam forward, but it is kind of disoriented and you're able to sidestep out of this. How disappointing. Emmy, it is your turn now.
So Emmy is going to kind of run up 20, only 30 feet. Can't get super far, unfortunately. I think I'm still too far away from it. I can get up to next time. I think Emmy's standing there, rifles quickly through kind of a side pouch that she has and pulls out this little similar vial of like various little like gnats and such that are inside that she pops the cork on and kind of releases. And as she like holds it up in the air and kind of holds her other hand up, she's going to cast Find Familiar to resummon Reginald, as Reginald was in her bed currently. And you see Reginald be summoned onto the other side of Emmy's hand, just kind of popping into place, using his little tongue to eat the various gnats, looking extremely grumpy, but he has been disturbed from his studying session and just like very angrily and loudly like closes the book that he was reading and just like throws it to the side.
You hear glass crashing and breaking off in the distance.
And he's like, sorry, and brings like Reginald down to sit on her shoulder and says, are you ready to go? And Reginald just shakes his head, says, okay. And that's her turn.
Amazing. Eris, it is your turn.
Having seen the different people streaming out from the Svegum first, Xantha, and then at a certain orc heading past, and then okay, right. Have to do something as memories of a certain suddenly growing big lizard thing come back to mind. Reaches down into Boot, pulls out a small dagger. Other hand pulls out a wand, and she's going to run forward 30 feet. If I can get the right tool selected. Come on, there we go. Get to about there by the counters. And is that then going to be in range to do anything? I think so. She is going to, she's going to try to throw a firebolt at it. She's clearly seeing someone she likes in danger, some other new people also in danger. It's now gotten big. This is the brief thought of maybe this is someone's table and we shouldn't has gone like, no, just burn it. And going to throw a firebolt straight out at the thing.
Okay, excellent. Go ahead and roll me an attack roll.
As the character sheet opens back up, because of course it shuts.
Yo, I do that every single time. Oops. That's also a nat 1. Oh no.
I mean, this is par for the course at this point.
Oh gosh. You try to launch a firebolt. Unfortunately, it fizzles out. Anything else for you?
Apart from just watching it go wide and getting that sort of literal polite cat face expression of the flat thin mouth and like, really? It's gonna try and wind up to do it again, but that's gonna be the end of her go.
Okay, excellent. Bam, it is your turn.
I don't know if there's anything I can do other than move up. It's my, what am I? 30 feet, okay. Maybe get to about on near the table, behind Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
Probably the best I can do.
Yeah.
Because all I have are spells, and I don't think any of them can reach from this distance.
Let's see.
I've
Will
got-
help you.
I've got Burning Hands. I've got Thunderclap. Nice Knife. I think would be ranged. Thunder Wave. I'm not sure.
Let's
15
see.
15-foot cube.
So Thunder Wave would be centered around you, so that one would not work,
Oh, right.
unfortunately.
That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Thunderclap you could use at up to... Oh, I think this is written incorrectly. I think it's supposed to be a range of like 30 feet. Let me look it up real quick. Thunderclap. Thunderclap. 5 feet. Okay, yeah. Unfortunately, those do not... You don't have the range for that.
Oh, okay. Well, then I'm gonna park my butt here.
Okay, sounds good. So at the end of the combat round, we see Xanther trying to barrel out of the way. Drasomir dives behind this table. Urzmatok just kind of like scrambles up towards Eris and is like, "Get out of the way!" and just kind
Just
of
gonna
shoves.
wave at him as he goes past. It's like, hi again. Bye.
Ah! He's terrified and fleeing for his life. Solrag. On Drazomir's turn, he is beginning to cast a spell and he says, "I hope this is all right." And he casts a spell on you. He is going to cast... Oh god. Why did I also close the character sheet? He is going to cast... Oh shit, why does that do that? Stop whispering. Never whisper. Enlarge on you.
Oh.
Oh, goodness.
Oh yes.
Are you willing?
Oh yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So you see, as Drasomir casts this spell, it looks almost as if equations begin to form in the air. You see lines and numbers and shapes kind of forming in this brilliant array, coming from his fingertips as he shoots it out towards you. And we see algorithms and equations floating around Solrag and kind of wrapping around your limbs. As Solrag, you feel yourself get big.
I just took the limitless pill. Yes.
All right, it is now your turn.
Oh my. Thank you, friend. Now for this thing. You get to feel the wrath of a true dragon. And he because we had the benefit of a long rest, right?
Yes, absolutely.
He is gonna blast this thing with his radiant breath.
Ooh, okay.
And so you just see this bright glowing light coming from underneath his jaws, and as he's opening up, just this blinding light comes spewing forth and engulfing the table.
All right, it needs to make a dex save. It rolls a 14, which is it just beats-
matches.
Yep.
So it takes half
half.
damage.
Okay, it takes 7 radiant damage. It is not nothing. You see that your radiant breath just kind of scrapes across one side of it, and it deeply gouges and irreparably damages one half of the table here, and it slams into the back wall, punching a hole to the outdoors.
Oh, sorry. And that will be his turn right there, and he'll just hold steadfast with his now giant shield in front of this wooden table.
Excellent. I love it. Okay. So it will try to ram you. Please don't roll a 1. Does a 17 hit you?
It does not.
Oh, we see the table, this enormous, just way too large table, the size of a room almost, just kind of slams into Solrag's massive shield and nothing happens. Emmy, it is your turn.
All right, Emmy, seeing that the table is very tall, and so is Solrag, Emmy calls out and says, Solrag, do you mind if I, like, climb up you?
Go for it. You use me, whatever you need.
Okay, it's weird phrasing, but all right. And Emmy is going to start running towards Solrag full tilt. Essentially, I would like to try and climb Solrag, because I want to try. The table's very tall. It's very hard to hit like it physically, from Emmy's point of view. So basically, want to use Solrag and catapult off Solrag to try and just like elbow this thing.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. The only thing is that you can't end your turn on Solrag. So cinematically,
no
do
problem.
whatever you like. Absolutely.
I can get to the table. So you see Emmy just sprint, and basically run up the side of Solrag and then jump off and just RKO this table straight out of nowhere, just bringing the elbow down. And Jendai had gifted us all, I think, D20, natural 20s.
Yes.
I'm going to use that nat 20 first hit.
Okay. Do you want to do double damage or do you want to roll twice?
I'll roll twice.
Okay. Go ahead and do an attack and roll the damage twice.
Okay. It's a 13. Well, so 6 and 3.
Okay. So it'd be 6 plus 1 because you don't get the strength modifier twice. So it'll be 7 damage. 7 elbow damage.
7 elbow damage. And if possible, because I have Reginald with me, can he give me the help action?
Yeah, absolutely.
Awesome. So as Emmy slams like elbow down into this table, other left fist just hooks and tries to punch down into it. So I'll do a bonus action punch with my other fist.
Okay, this will be at advantage if you tell me how Reginald helps.
So Reginald basically jumps on the back of Emmy's hand as she's bringing the fist down to add like extra weight, and uses like his tongue to basically project her fist so it goes even faster, like bringing it back in.
I love it. Okay, attack at advantage, please.
So 16.
16. Armor class is 15, so that's a hit.
Ooh, Jess, that's only 3 bludgeoning damage, but it's still pretty cool.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
Table.
Yeah, you punch into the table and we see splinters flying across the room. And I believe that will be your turn.
And she lands back on the ground and says, "That was awesome! Thanks, Solrag!"
That was amazing. We need to do that again.
Yeah, let's do it again next time. And gets like ready to box with this table again. That's it.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Eris, it is now your turn.
Fighting back the swear word at completely missing the last time, chastising herself like, no, we know how to do this. We remember how we're taught, taking a deep breath, and she almost seems to dance round, well, actually does dance round the counter to try and get a bit more of a better visual on our friend, the large table.
Yes.
So at least so it can be visibly seen around the giant Solrag. And as she sort of comes around with a twirl, brings out the wand and points at it, having finished the incantation for magic missile, because that doesn't have to roll to hit. I don't trust myself at this point, and at this point, neither does she, because this will work. This is how I've been taught to cast this, and whoomph. Just 3 like multicolored streamers just coming flying out from the end of the wand, arcing around the Solrag, going quite some distance around before all suddenly converging in and going whoomph onto the table.
I love it. Go ahead and roll me magic missile.
That would be 3 of them, if I can actually. The first one is... That's a 5.
Wow, very good.
And another 5.
Jeez.
Max.
And the third one is a 3.
That's amazing. Yeah. You see like one of the legs just get completely blown off of the table here. and you hear a large, like, groaning complaint of the wood as it lurches dangerously over your companions.
She just gets a big grin and goes, ha ha! Got you!
Xanther next to you is like, hey, that was pretty good.
And then she realizes who's saying this. Thank you. And composure has dropped completely. It's like, yes. They were watching. Oh, okay. Right. Hi.
Hey,
That's
how's it
it.
going?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Oh, okay. That's her turn, and she's trying to shift focus back again to big attacking table, having massively been derailed beforehand.
It's almost as if your DM has purposely put your crush into the game. Bam, it is your turn.
Yes. So I'll walk. Wait, is that? Would that be allow? Oh, it's 35 feet. I guess I'd have to go right here because I was gonna try and scooch over to the other side of Solrag, the left side, but that'd be 40 feet.
Sorry,
So-
Solrag's booty too thick right now.
It's fine. It's fine. I'll just
Try
go
to get
here.
around these thighs.
Apparently, it's a lot harder than I would imagine. And so, Bam is sort of just taken back by Solrag being so tall because he's not used to seeing anyone really as tall or taller than him. So he's just like, wow, it's pretty amazing. This is what it's like to look up. And as he does that, he looks at the table, and he can now use his thunder? Yeah, thunderclap. I'm gonna use my thunderclap.
Okay. All right. 12 is a miss.
Shit. Well, Kadooks.
So
I
what-
don't.
Okay.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
Finish your turn first, actually.
I didn't know what else to do. So
Okay. So as you're trying to cast your thunderclap spell, unfortunately it fizzles out. It isn't able to go off correctly, and it actually backfires. You feel it kind of just reaches back and washes over you. It doesn't physically hurt you at all, but it is really uncomfortable, and you hear something crack in your
Oh.
bag. You have drawn the Talons card. Do you have any magic items?
Oh, no.
Potions count as magic items.
I don't remember. Let me look.
We have the mascots too.
Ah, yeah, you do have your plushie, and you also have your penance, I believe.
Yeah, Plushy's penance, and I think there was one other.
I suppose I could let the pendant break then.
Okay. So wherever in your bag you have the pennant, which is like this small flag that lights up when you shake it, it just explodes and shatters in your bag. Unfortunately, you lose one magic item.
No.
All right. At the end of the combat round, you see Aurora begin to leave. She flees out. You see Javanesh behind the bar just kind of duck down and hide. Urzmatok goes, ah! And just runs out the building. Trazomir looks over the table, trying to see what's happening, what's going on. You see him flipping through his spellbook very quickly, trying to find something that can be helpful here. And Xanther takes a step forward and puts up his fists. And he says, don't worry, stand behind me. I'll protect you. That's all he does. Solrag, it's your turn.
All right. So still standing in front of this thing, just feeling just tall and mighty because of whatever spell was cast on him. He's gonna take his sword and like, this is gonna end sooner rather than later, and just swing his sword at him. And I'm gonna use my nat 20.
Very good. Do you want to do double damage or roll twice?
Let's do double damage.
Okay. So go ahead and do an attack roll and then roll the damage.
Oh, that is horrible.
Oh, you rolled a 1. You do 3 damage.
That is horrible.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh no.
Saddening.
Okay,
Saddening.
Table.
describe how
Powerful.
super badass you look, but then you totally whiff.
Essentially, he'll just be like, essentially whip out his sword and just kind of like spin around and like swing his sword back behind him, come down, and then it's like literally just barely grazes the side of it. So
Yeah.
it looked like he's just doing it, spinning around like a tornado and just scratches.
Yeah, I just like think you put it like a splinter, a single toothpick falls off.
That was awesome, Solrag!
Yes, thank you. Wow, I need to practice that more. Thinking to himself.
The table will try to ram you. That's 25.
That definitely hits.
You take
Ooh.
11 bludgeoning
Oof.
damage. I think what happens is like you do your super awesome move and it just sees an opening and it slams into you, just taking advantage, and it just kind of knocks you caught unawares, and you take a significant amount of damage there.
Oh, I am not feeling great.
Emmy, it is your turn. You see Solrag looks very bloodied.
Emmy is gonna look at this table and says, "All right, this is it. I'll just take out this table, and I'm gonna try and suplex the table. It's not gonna work very well, but it's essentially an unarmed strike. And Reginald is going to just jump from Emmy's shoulder and just like grab onto the leg of the table and just try to hold it still. Doesn't really help, but Emmy at least has knowledge of somewhere to punch.
Uh-huh.
So that's how he will help today, or for this one. And that's going to be a 10 is still not going to hit.
Nope.
Reginald gets shook off from the leg and jumps back on Emmy's back. And
Just
she
a
will
super
wind
cool
up.
like backflip onto your head.
Yeah, just sits there, hopefully for concentration. Not going to do a help action, but that's okay. As for my bonus action, I'm going to do another unarmed strike. And it's a 5.
Wow.
I sprained my arm. Oh god, it knocks it back into place. It popped out. Just like, dang it. This table's hard.
It's as if it's made out of hardwood. Ha ha.
It's a hardwood table. Oh god. That's all for it.
Eris, it is your turn.
Looking at Xantha as he moves in front of her, and then suddenly distracted by the loud crack of the table running straight into her new friends. The plan that she was originally going to have suddenly disappears because that looked like that really, really hurt. I know it's a table, but does it look like we're talking like it's about to fall apart, or is it looking still fairly robust?
Yeah, it looks pretty messed up. I think everyone should be able to see its health bar underneath, just as like a kind of like a representation of the percentage of health it has. It looks very beat up. One of the legs is just completely blown off. You see the wide arc of the burn scorch from Solrag's breath. The number of punches. There's like literal holes in it where Emmy has punched elbows and fists through.
She's trying really hard not to, but gives in and just gets this wide grin, hair splaying out a bit as she's going to dance a little bit round out of the sight, just so she can just see just enough of the table, spin around once more, and hoping that this... She realizes this is going to look really silly if this doesn't end up finishing it, but she's really hoping that this extra flourish will just look super awesome and try and magic missile it again.
Okay.
Again, zooming around and trying to just smoosh this thing into oblivion if at all possible.
Yes.
And that is that one. First missile, that's a 4.
4.
And a 3.
3.
And another 3. So that's 10.
Tell me what this looks like.
And similar to before, she just sort of like spins round and comes to a stop with the wand outstretched. And and 3, 1 purple, 1 blue, 1 sort of like a dark red, almost like streamer like of energy just leap out of it, going in 3 separate directions. Again, completely avoiding the giant paladin, arcing out wide, and then see just hanging in the air for a bit as if waiting for a moment, and then voomp straight in, each one going for a leg on the table.
Yeah, we see all the legs get blown out. The table lands with a thud. It shudders. and then it stops. That is the end of combat. Just as combat ends here, we see Solrag, you begin to shrink down to your normal size. And you hurt all over.
Oh yeah, I am not in the best, and you can just see him like kind of almost fall down to one leg, one hand on his knee that's raised up, and just panting and just like, and he'll pull out a potion of healing from his backpack, and he's gonna drink that. And that's regular potion is 2d4 plus 2, right?
Yes.
So that'll be 6 extra health right there. So 8.
Emmy comes over, just kind of leans down and says, Solrag, are you okay? That was a hard hit there.
Yeah, that was. The potions helped a little bit, but I'm gonna rest here for just a second.
Yeah, of course. Do you want me to get you some juice?
Yeah, if anything, you don't need to, but
No. You sit here. I'll get you some juice. And Emmy just jogs over towards Javanette.
Yeah. As you do, Drazomir kind of comes up. He is holding his book to his chest, and he says, I don't have any healing spells, but I can try to go find a professor to help, if you like. You took a nasty hit there.
No, thank you for that spell, though. That really helped. I appreciate it.
Oh. See him adjust his small spectacles. I'm glad it worked that time.
Yes. So, name's Solrag. Pleasure to meet you.
Drazomir Yarnask.
Thank you again for that, and pleasure to meet you.
It is a pleasure to meet you as well. Are you sure there's nothing I can do for you?
My friend Emmy's gonna grab me some juice from the cafe attendant, but I just took one potion right now, so it's doing a little bit better.
Okay. See him kind of like very gently step around you. He begins to investigate the table, and you see Xanther kind of gives a gentle pat on your shoulder, Eris, and walks off to join Drazomir. The two of them are just kind of like leaning, poking, taking notes, murmuring to each other. Emmy, you find Yavanesh is kind of like hunkered behind the bar, and as you come up, he just slides a cup of juice towards you, stays back behind the bar.
Thanks, and takes it and says, it's okay, you can come out now. The table is legless.
Oh, all right. I'm on my break, so I'll just stay here for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, okay. Enjoy the break. Do I owe you money?
No, it's on the house, I think.
I didn't know we're in a house. Okay, thanks. And Emmy just starts running back over to Solrag with juice. I have juice.
Thank you, Emmy. I appreciate that. Could you help me get up real quick?
Yeah, of course. And Emmy will kind of offer a hand to kind of grip onto Solrag's forearm to help haul him up.
Thank you. We need to check
course.
this. We need to check this table out. This had a similar thing happen to me a while ago in the live action role playing guild's room. We had a giant chest attacked us.
Are tables just attacking people or furniture, I guess?
Something of the sort, but we need to investigate this and see if there's a dark liquid with this on this creature anywhere.
Emmy
Well,
kind of pulls a face. Okay.
So Reg will go over there and start investigating with Xanther and Yarnask.
Okay, go ahead and roll me an investigation at advantage. As you're doing that, Eris, what are you doing?
She's currently still stuck in the sort of finishing pose that she was at the end of it, just holding it because she still can't quite believe that actually worked and did what she was hoping, and just big grin. And it takes her a moment to come back to, okay, it's done. That actually worked. Wow. I'm tucks the wand puts the dagger back in her boots. Shakes herself to be kind of okay. We're back. We're here and right table. Right, and heads. First of all, she checks over that her newfound friends are actually doing okay, and then sees that there's the now growing group around the deceased furniture, and while just checking over, peering, because everyone else is so very tall and she isn't, and so it's sort of like
just a wall of people in front of you.
Like, did someone say something to upset it? The tables normally like come alive around here.
Well, Xanther kind of pokes the furniture as Solrag is like lifting up pieces of it, trying to investigate. It was up until the moment it attacked a regular piece of furniture. We were studying, I was studying for the upcoming exam, and I think I think Urzmatok spilled something on it. It was some kind of vial that he had, and I'm not quite sure. He said he got it from a professor or something. And just as he says that, Solrag, with your 19 investigation, you pull up one of the legs and you see that same viscous black liquid kind of oozing off of it. Muted.
Oh, you're muted, Solrag.
He'll take that and use his sword and scrape that into the potion vial that he just finished drinking.
Okay.
And then put that inside of his backpack.
Okay, go ahead and
then-
add one vial of black liquid to your inventory.
And he'll put this up and show it to the others, like, this is the exact same stuff that was on the chest when I got attacked at the live action role play.
But you were attacked by a chest.
Yes, it was a chest, and as we were walking up, getting up to it, it grew in size, similar to this table.
Hey, I've seen that before. Xanther points at it. There were some frogs in here the other day, and they were vomiting the same kind of substance. Do you think it might be linked together?
It must be, because these are more than just happenstance. These must be connected in some way.
Huh.
And did I overhear him mentioning that Arismatak got the vial from a teacher that he spilled on the table?
Yeah. He was saying it to the whole group, yeah.
You said Arismatak spilled the vial that he got from a professor on the table here.
Yeah, he said something about, I know that he likes extra credit, so he's kind of a suck up, to be honest, just a little bit. But he wanted some extra credit from a professor, and they told him he had to try to figure out what the liquid was or something, and spilled it while we were studying, right on the table.
Do you know what teacher he got this from?
I think it's Professor Pharrell DeLang, who's going to be running our exam. Oh shit! Did you study?
No, we have not gotten a chance to study just yet. We've been on a search for another student. They lost their animal, a flying snake.
Oh,
A red snake.
With orange and pink wings.
You see him open a satchel on his hip. Is this the snake you're looking for? And as he opens the satchel, you see there's a snake curled up on itself, the wings just perfectly folded, and it is currently sleeping.
I think that's it.
Is this the actual snake?
It matches the description, yes.
So Solrag will look at the snake and put his finger over it to kind of gently wake it and repeat its name, Ruby, to see if it reacts to it.
Mm-hmm. As you do, it kind of slithers up and you see its boxy little head fixate on you. The tongue flicks out. And as you say Ruby, it unfurls its wings and begins to float around you, flying very gently.
This is the snake we're looking for.
I would assume that would be, yes.
Oh, I found this little fella. He seemed pretty tired. Behind the cafe here, so I just gave him a little gentle place to take a little rest. I didn't know he was missing.
That was
Yeah,
very
no,
thoughtful of you.
Mm.
Yes, that's awesome, Xanther. No, we had a female student come around to our dorms early this morning, banging on them furiously because she was in a panic looking for Ruby here.
Oh, well, it was nice hanging out with you, Ruby. You see the snake begin to fly around Xanther as well.
Hey, I would. This is probably a really bad idea, and please stop me because I'm not gonna grab it or anything. But do you think this liquid works on people too, or is it just tables? Like,
As far as I saw, Professor Sharpbeak, when the first incident happened, tasted it actually, and she didn't seem affected by it at all. She said it tasted like leather conditioner of some sort.
oh,
Oh.
Yeah.
Xanther, did you perhaps have a vial of the stuff that you encountered earlier?
No, sorry. It was some other students that took care of the problem. I just happened to be a bystander.
Okay. Oh, makes 3 incidents now that I've heard of this, at least.
Hey, well, maybe you've got a lead. You could ask the professor. Maybe
Yes.
after the exam. I don't think that she would very much like to be bothered before the exam, but
No, she will definitely be hearing from me either before or after, whatever she prefers.
Mm.
But thank you for that and for the information and for taking care of little Ruby here.
yeah. No sweat.
you know,
That's
speaking
not-
of studying, we should probably study.
Yes,
I
I think
mean-
that studying would be good.
I do still have that voucher for the private room
Oh,
at the tavern to study in.
Oh, perfect.
And
And Bam,
right
I owe
now-
you a drink at the tavern.
yes. There's a thing with that voucher as well. There's a secret room that can be accessed with that voucher.
As you were talking about the voucher, Javanesh comes up. He takes it from your hand, and then he opens the curtain next to you.
Oh, it's right here.
Yeah,
well, that's convenient.
Yeah.
y'all want some coffee?
Yes,
Juice.
as much.
Juice.
Water. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could we get a pitcher of juice while we study? I'll pay whatever the price is.
We'll say it's on the house. How about that?
Are you
On the
sure?
table, I guess.
On the table, and he just walks away.
Should we do something about? Should we clean this table?
Xanther
Just
and
leave it.
Drasomir are like, we've got this. Don't worry. It's our mess. We should clean it up.
Oh,
Are you sure? It's
Yes. Xanther, you should probably try to join them and study as well. I am a second year. I've already taken this exam, but Xanther, I wish you to do well. Xanther kind of rubs the back of his head. Yeah, I guess I could study with y'all if you want to study now.
Drasimir,
Yes.
do you have any advice for, like, retaining the knowledge or any insight that we could use on for help with the test?
He adjusts his small spectacles. I do indeed. I would say that the best piece of advice that I can give you is that there is no one right way to study. Each person should play to their advantages, play to what you do well, and use that instead as your guiding hand and force.
And how do we know what the best way for us? Is there a
Well-
list that we can try?
I imagine if such a list existed, that it would be very, very valuable to all of the students in Strixhaven. But I unfortunately do not know of such a list.
Well, maybe if we try studying together, it might help go in easier.
Yeah.
And it certainly
I'm good
can't
with
be any
that.
worse.
I'm good with that too.
Hmm.
And Emmy will look over, kind of past Bam, and look over at Quintilius and say, "Hey, do you want to come study with us?"
So before you say that,
Oh,
like as the group of you are talking, there's a slow golf clap as Quintilius walks up. He says, "That was quite a show. Well done. You said that you weren't actors."
No, not at
No?
all. But who might you be?
He like flicks his jacket so it does like a really just garish, just flourish here.
Mhm.
And he says, "My name is Quintilius Antiphian Melanthor III.
Ah, so there's two more of you.
A legacy.
Oh,
The
nice.
Melanthor legacy."
that's
Right.
so cool.
Mm. Yes, that's.
Would you mind if I just called you Quinn for short?
My name is Quintilius.
I'm guessing that's no.
It would seem.
Want to come study with us?
His mouth kind of twists in a bit of indecision, and he says, "I do need to study."
We apparently have room. And what was that you said about acting?
Yes, I am the lead actor of the Play Actors Drama Guild.
Mm.
There's a drama guild.
Indeed. Do
Yes.
you have the moxie, the determination, the focus required to be an excellent actor?
She seems to frown when it mentions like the focus, because that seems to be something that's very clearly not there at all at this point. Like, maybe I've not. Well, I did used to try a bit back home, but it was a bit different.
Well, maybe as a start. You should at least come to tryouts.
When are those held? And as if she,
He gives you a date.
I'll try to remember it.
No,
Try really hard to remember it.
you will remember it, or you won't be there. And he just kind of steps past you, and then he sits at like the head of the table.
This ought to be
Yes.
interesting.
Solrag looks over at Bam. Presumptuous that one is, isn't he?
He does have a bit of arrogant flair to him, yes.
And
Xanther like just holds the curtain open for everyone.
Emmy
you.
comes in and sits down and like puts Reginald on the table and says, "This is my frog. His name's Reginald. Reginald, this is Quintilius."
Quintilius looks at Reginald and kind of squints his eyes a little bit.
Reginald squints eyes back.
It's hate
Gives
at
a
first
little
sight.
nod, and then
Reginald's nuts.
he opens a book.
As does Reginald. Oh my god.
This is, and then like we just have like a real quick cut like over the screen. It's like that scene from Step Brothers. Did we just become best friends? Yeah.
Oh, yup.
Fantastic. Okay, so we see everyone kind of clambering into this room here as Drazomir takes the table and they leave. And as we have a little bit of like a montage here of everyone gathering to study, a couple of hours pass as we're studying here. describe to me what your character looks like after hitting the books. Hours and hours of focus, lots of page turning, lots of dry reading, lots of scribbling, perhaps some coffee, perhaps some juice. What does Eris look like after all this time? And all of the NPCs that have joined you here are here for the entire duration. So you can definitely have that influence what it looks like during the study montage here.
She appears to be at least half and half stuck between being quite distracted and trying really, really, really hard, and it not particularly working to focus on study material. By the end of it, she's starting to look more than a little frazzled. Hair is hanging out a bit, rather than nice and on fire, or at least gently smoldering. It's like dark embers, coals, as if dying fire that's just about had enough. At some point earlier, they've had to say you're not allowed to have any more coffee. That's too much coffee. So she is on the water and not particularly happy with this. But she's like, okay, I think so. And then repeat a couple of things that's only there's mostly correct of the facts on the Sladi, but with still an important thing that she's not quite getting. Back to the rest of the group.
Excellent. What about Solrag?
Solrag will just be kind of flipping through the book and everything, and then kind of just look up at Xanther and Quintilius, like, so how many of these Slotties are there technically, and what types are there? As he's kind of flipping through the book to listen to their explanations.
Yeah. Without looking up, Quintilius says, looking you straight in the eye, green, gray, and death Slotty can shapeshift into small or medium humanoids. There are red, there are blue. All of them are dangerous and unpredictable. But the red and the blue are the least powerful, and they don't cast spells. And you see Xanther just kind of like scratching his head. He's like, I think the green one wields a staff and can hurl fireballs and magic flames. Flip.
So there's quite a few then. Essentially, almost all separated by color notations, right?
Precisely.
So red and blue, you said, do not use magic, while the black, gray, and the green do.
And then there's a death one.
What color is the death one?
Flip. There's no pictures.
No pictures on the death slutty. Okay. So essentially, Solrag will be thinking in his head, like, I can just relate these to essentially compare them to colors of different dragonborns as well to kind of help him retain the memories of these.
Okay. Yeah. And what about Bam? Bam, as you're studying here, what kind of demeanor, what kind of attitude are we getting?
I think Bam is sort of studying a bit. I think he's a little bit frazzled from earlier when the thunder wave didn't quite go off. So that's in the back of his head. Sort of like a little bit of extra anxiety of like, oh man, the test is coming up. That happened. Kind of hoping that maybe something can happen with the test. But he's trying to study, and then he'll probably kind of do something similar where he'll like kind of look over at maybe Xanther and just sort of, ask him like the same kind of general questions about the Slotties. And so he's kind of like listening in, and he's there with Solrag just kind of talking. And I think overall it was an okay studying session, but there's still that like a little bit of distraction with that whole thing. Trying to study, build up his confidence a bit. Like, well, maybe if I pass this test, it'll be fine. It could just be a mess up. Everything's cool.
Okay, very good. And what about Emmy?
So, Cordelia seems to know like his stuff, and kind of hearing from Xanther as well. And for Emmy, she's writing out the information again, basically, like reading it and writing it out. But as she does so, she like draws pictures besides each one, but they all look like frogs. So there's like the red frog, and there's like whatever the death frog is, there's like a little skull and crossbones next to them.
Wait, do you have like color pencils?
Yeah. Debbie takes out like colored pencils and puts them, and she offers them to everybody else. It's like, if you want to color, you can color. I'm making
Gratefully
pictures.
accept.
Here you go.
Thank you.
No, yeah, no problem.
Xander's like, yeah.
We can color our slotty, yeah.
I'll take purple, please.
Quintilius, you see his notes are like, his handwriting is immaculate. It looks as if it's been printed, right? Just perfect script. And there's not a spot of color on his page, and it's just like very manicured and outlined really well. He says, no.
Oh, yeah, that's no problem. You have really nice notes, by the way. And Emmy's
I
like
know.
drawing. Oh, yeah. Reginald will go over and like take up like one of the green ones and just like pat his way over to Quintilius's paper and just start drawing. Try to draw frogs on it.
You see the first time he tries to like slap Reginald's hand away,
Reginald smacks him with the pencil.
and he just goes like, oh, he leans back, and if like Reginald tries again, he just lets Reginald do it.
Reginald starts drawing again.
Yeah. So like there's like perfect notes, and there's just like green frogs just being drawn on one side of it now.
Just very awkwardly like drawn. Like almost like he's sweeping.
Yeah.
Emmy, could I see some of those colored pencils?
Oh yeah, here.
And he'll take each one, and like for each of the different colors Lottie, he'll be writing in dwarvish runes for his notes to what each one is as he's going along.
Awesome.
Nice.
I love it. Okay, so we're going to enter the exam phase here. It takes 2 different phases. There's the studying phase and there's the testing phase. During the studying phase, you can approach this a couple of different ways. I think it probably makes some sense here to say that we are studying together. Just to let you know in the future what your other options are is you can also pull an all-nighter where you don't get any sleep and you just cram studying. Another option is that you just do regular studying by yourself, and another option is you skip studying. Perhaps you want to pursue something else during that time, use your evening for something else there. But is everyone okay to take this as everyone studying together? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So we see this montage of everyone just being here for a couple of hours. This takes up the majority of your day here. So as you are studying together, you get to make an advantage roll during the studying phase. So the way that this works is I need everyone to choose during the studying phase. Okay. All right, so you get to choose which ability you want to use here. So you can use literally anything. So for example, Emmy, if you want to use athletics, you can do that. Like some way to kind of explain that would be like you're like, okay, I know the names of all my muscles. I'm going to attribute the names of the muscles and create an anagram that matches the slotty or something like that, right? So you get to choose any ability that you want, and since we're studying together, you do this at advantage. What skill do you want to roll, Emmy?
I think Emmy's gonna roll acrobatics, kind of in the similar sense of like the muscle groups and everything. It's basically like different stretches and different poses, basically the different like forms the slotty take in terms of like their stature and such, kind of like, okay, this one's really small, this one's really big, like this is how they stand, sort of thing. And occasionally during, she'll actually get up out of the chair and like make these poses in order to try and get it into her head.
I love it. All right, go ahead and roll acrobatics at advantage here. Okay, 18. You pass. So you get a success here. By passing the studying phase, you gain a reroll. So during the test, if you want to do a reroll, you get 1 reroll. Okay.
Right.
Next, we have Solrag. You get to use any ability you want. What ability do you want to use?
I'd probably be using persuasion, kind of persuading myself like I can compare these slotty to the different dragonborn and for their colors to match up.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll this at advantage. All right, 20. Absolutely nail it. So you feel pretty confident about the way that you've connected the dots here, and you also get a reroll. Eris, what ability do you want to roll?
I think it's at some point the idea is going to suggest itself that she's going to come up with a little song or tune to relate the things to her in her head that she can just keep repeating or just quietly humming to herself, and to try and just keep the facts going, possibly with a couple of verses, possibly while continuing to vibrate from what's left of the coffee in her seat. So I'm going to say you get tries for performance.
Okay. Performance at advantage, please.
Crossing the fingers here.
Got this. 17. Yeah, you crush it. So you also get a reroll here. Bam. You can use any ability. What ability do you want to use?
I think the ability that Bam will use, he'll kind of like, he's been studying history, he's been doing stuff with history, he's going to sort of equate historical stuff, sort of like, oh yes, I kind of have heard of this sounded similar to what this is, and kind of use his little bit of history knowledge that he knows before he's come here to sort of help him study this and ace the test.
Okay, sounds good. Go ahead and roll history at advantage because you were studying together. 18, absolutely. So every single one of you does get a reroll for the testing phase. As a group, you feel pretty confident about the way that you are working together. There's a lot of like small hints and tips and tricks that you each share with one another. And by the end of the day, as the studying comes to a close, you feel pretty confident. You feel pretty prepared as you can be going into the exam phase. Is there anything that anybody wants to say to the NPCs as you're kind of like all closing up the books and putting them away?
I think Eris is going to thank Xantha very much for helping her with this, and at some point I think she's going to have tried to at least teach him at least the song and the music that she'd come up with.
Okay. Yeah. Let's see how well the two of them do. Where are your character sheets? Xanther seems to bob his head at this song, and he says, "Yeah, that sounds pretty good." Oh wow. Okay, nat 20.
Wow.
Xanther's like, "Oh man, that's gonna be stuck in my head all day. Thanks." And he just starts singing along with you. As
Big
for
grin.
Quintilius. Oh no!
Reginald distracted him too much.
Yeah. Oh no. Okay, even with advantage, he rolls a 10. You can tell that he's very irritated. His eye has not stopped twitching from the moment that Reginald touched the green pencil to his colorless page. By the end of it, he slams the book closed and he leaves without saying anything to anyone.
As he's walking away, Solrag will look at him and and say into his mind, "It's kind of rude to leave without saying goodbye or thanks for studying with people."
He hesitates a moment by the curtain. He flings it open. He hesitates as he hears your voice. He shoots a look over his shoulder at the group of you. Then he stalks off.
It was quite rude.
Oh, Reginald, you're not supposed to draw on people's pages. Reginald just looks up, blinks,
Yes.
and
No,
then starts
Bam.
drawing on Emmy's pages.
No, I told him as much, Bam.
Good. I don't. I was so in that man, but I don't know. He seemed smart, but very arrogant.
Very much so. It seems like there could be something good in him. Emmy seems to have at least a positive effect on him as well. It looked like he was bonding with Reginald.
Easy. I mean, some people can be a little bit prickly, but I mean, he seems nice enough, right?
Yeah. Xanther just kind of shrugs his shoulders. I think that each one of us has a hard time in our own way. All we can really do is just try to be nice to each other, I think.
Oh, I mean, it's no, of course.
Well, I really appreciate y'all helping me out. I'm really excited about this test. And he keeps looking at Eris as he's talking, and he says, "Well, I'm gonna go get dinner and just have the rest of my evening. But good luck, and I'll see y'all tomorrow in class."
Yes, you have a
good,
wonderful
too.
night.
good luck too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you again.
Thanks. All right. Bye. And he leaves.
He seems nice. Looks directly towards Eris.
As what? Yeah. He's. I ran into him when I just got here. He does seem really, really nice.
Eris,
Yeah.
are you all right? You're stumbling on your words a little bit.
I tend to do that a bit. I think it's all the coffee. Yes.
Understandable. Yes.
Clearly.
Yes, I do.
Too
not have
much
enough coffee.
caffeine.
I agree. That gent is a wonderful person.
He does seem very nice. I'm very
Yeah.
happy with him.
Good friend.
I do want to arm wrestle him, though. Did you see those arms, Emmy?
I know he's very strong. It looks like.
I think you're all having this conversation as you're gathering up your books and getting ready to go. Wow, that is aggressively zoomed in. So as the group of you are kind of like parting for the evening and going your own ways, bam, you run into someone as you're making your way towards your dorm room, and you see that it is Mina. Mina looks a lot more composed this time as she bumps into you. She's like, "Oh, hey,
Yes.
I heard news that Ruby got reunited with her owner. Not a dragon
Yes.
after all, just a flying snake, but
Yeah.
yeah, hey, I just wanted to apologize for earlier. I ended up getting it's actually my birthday, and
Oh, is it?
yeah, and I think my friends forgot.
Oh, well, if it's any consolation, happy birthday.
Thanks. That actually means a lot to me.
I don't. Have you? We were just studying a while ago. Have you done? Are you? Do you feel prepared enough? Maybe I could buy you something to eat or something.
Oh, I'm a second year, so I'm not taking the exam, but I appreciate it. You know, I do like the sound of dinner, but maybe not tonight. If that's okay with you. But what your name was?
We can do a voucher.
What's your name? Bam.
Bam Thungers.
Nice to meet you, Bam. And she holds her hand out. I'm Mina Lee.
Mina Lee. Okay. Well, like I said, it's I've told you my dorm before if you ever need anything, but I'm so sorry that this birthday has not been the one that you hoped for.
Well,
but
it's fine. It's just another day,
Yeah.
Yeah. But good luck on your exam.
Thank you. I'm hoping so. I'm a little nervous on it, but I'm hoping, I'm hoping I'll do all right.
Oh, well, here. She reaches into her bag and she pulls out a quill and she holds it out to you. Since you offered dinner, and I feel really bad about turning you down, maybe you can hold on to this for good luck. Maybe it'll give you some good luck for your exam. And, you can give it back to me when we finally have dinner.
He'll take it. Sure. Yeah, that sounds lovely. Whenever no rush. I mean, I don't want to impose, but
Yeah.
I'll take the.
Thanks. Well, have a good night. I'll see you around.
You too.
All right. Bye. And she leaves. You can add Mina's quill to your inventory.
Yeah.
And for some reason, while you're holding it,
No.
it disintegrates. No, you already drew that card.
Okay, good.
You kind of get this feeling of having done a nice thing for someone, and it gives you a warm feeling that sort of resonates. You have drawn the star card. You get to
Ooh.
increase one of your ability scores by 1. It cannot exceed 24.
Nice.
So you
Oh,
just
wow.
feel a little more focused, a little stronger.
This is the first time I think I've ever drawn that card. This is great.
Excellent. Okay, and then we fast forward to exam day. All of you are sitting in a classroom. At the very fore of your class is a dryad, Professor Varelda Lang. She says, "All right, everyone, please take your seats. Do not cheat on this test. I will know if you cheat. If you cheat, you will suffer the consequences and receive academic expulsion." Well, no, not the first time. But you will get detention. And I am not kind to those who are sent to my detention. The exam will be in 2 phases. The very first phase will be multiple choice, and the second phase will be a short essay. You have 4 hours. Good luck. Keep your eyes on your own paper. And so, the testing phase begins. Emmy, you open your test and you see multiple choice questions about red, blue, green, gray, and death slotty. I will need you to roll me an Arcana check, please.
I'm so good at these. Ah. C for every single one. That's a 1.
You rolled a 1. Okay, you do have
Aw.
1 reroll. So let me explain how grading works. There's 2 phases. There's multiple choice, and then there's an exam phase. You need to succeed in one of them in order to pass. If you fail both, you fail. If you pass both, you ace it. Okay, so you have 1 reroll because you studied so well. If you use it now, you can't use it later. Do you want to use it now?
I'll use it now.
Okay,
Let's try
you rolled a
again.
1. Go ahead and roll again.
That's a 19.
That's a
I
19. That's a crit. Yeah.
Yep.
20
Minus
minus 1,
one.
19. Okay. So describe to me how this turn of events happens. You're filling out these things.
So Emmy, being like most people who read exams, just like goes down in order and like can't really understand, doesn't really absorb the information, and does pick C for every single one, just C all the way down. And finally, reading down some of these multiple choice, sees like there's answers within the question to older answers or older questions, and is like, oh, okay. And I think things start to click for her, start to click into place, like remembering the pictures, remembering everything, like the positions and stuff. Starts erasing some of the answers and redoing them, and very quickly getting this done, like almost in record time, at least for her. And she just kind of sits there, it's like, okay, I think I got it. It just kind of like puts the pencil down. It's like, don't touch it. Just puts it away from her so she doesn't continue.
I love it. All right, Solrag, I need a Arcana check from you. That's a 2. As you're filling out these multiple choice questions, you're not doing so hot. You do have 1 reroll. Do you want to use it? Or do you want to save it for the written exam? That's
That was
6.
Aw.
Okay, you fail the multiple choice. Describe to me what happens here. I think you're muted.
So he's just going through the multiple choice and like, all right, and like, I believe this is at the part where the fool card takes effect, where he just forgot everything from that, and so he's like, what did I do with this again? And so he just literally just starts filling in the blank bubbles and like, I don't remember at all, and just completely forgot all that they studied last night.
Oh no! The camera kind of like swivels away from Solrag and then goes to Eris. I need an Arcana check from you, please.
Here we go.
19. All right. tell me how this plays out, as you definitely ace this part of the test.
She's very clearly on sitting down, taking more than a few moments to just stay calm, composed, knows very well that it's very clear when she's not. Looks down at the questions, and very quickly she finds herself sort of starting to forcing herself not to actually hum out loud the little song that she's come up with, but still clearly vibing with it in the chair. She's sort of going tick and tick and tick and oh no, tick 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 tick. Yep, and gets down to the boss, and she's sort of thinking, "Okay, this is I can do this. This is good. This. I think this looks good." Checks back through it one more time and yeah, this. Okay, I think I'm okay. I think I'm okay. Sets the pencil down.
Bam. Arcana check, please. Wow, nat 20.
Ooh.
Very good. Okay, tell me how this plays out.
So Bam is just sort of like, he's a little nervous. He's a little nervous about the stuff. He gets a couple of the first questions. Okay, all right. And as he's just going through it, it just all of a sudden this wave of like, oh yeah, I remembered that I equated this to this and this part of history that I learned and this part of, and soon enough his confidence just hits and he's just banging them out to where he thinks I think I at least passed this part. I have to have in his mind. So he just grows that confidence.
Excellent. So now we move to the second part of the test. Emmy, as you flip the page, you see Diffusing Slod Confrontations. Short essay about commonly accepted ways to keep Slotty calm during unexpected encounters. Roll me an insight check, please. You have 0 rerolls.
That's okay. I have a plus. Let's see, +2. It's a 9.
That's a 9. Unfortunately, you fail.
Emmy does write a nice little essay about putting slotties in headlocks. And all the good, like, it's like, this is how you secure a headlock. And then it starts to transition into, like, just various, like, wrestling moves, completely ignoring the rest of the slotty, but she gets really into it and distracted.
Oh, no. Okay. Solrag, insight check.
Okay.
You have no rerolls. 18. You crush this.
Oh, thank God.
How do you fill out your diffusing slod confrontations?
So he would just essentially he'd be writing down like how to convince them, like since most adventures are in parties, that going up against more than one opponent or anything else like that is disadvantageous, and essentially it either could end up with them being captured and having like a mage academy using them as experiments, or they could be set free without if they do not confront anything and go about their own lives.
Okay, very good. Eris, insight check. You do have 1 reroll.
Go.
That's a 7.
We'll be taking that reroll.
11. Unfortunately, you fail just barely. I think like later when you get your grade, you see that you're like 1 point off from a passing grade on that. Tell me how you fill out diffusing slod confrontations. You almost get it, but you don't.
She's gets part way down and it's like, okay, I think I've got this and that would work, and that would work. But unfortunately, as it heads towards the end, she gets confused between 2 of the types of the Sladi. The one that it is known under no circumstances do you ever mention something like this, versus the other one that you really do want to bring this up, and gets them round the wrong way, and feeling still quite confident. No, that'll do it, because it's still the right words are in there, just in the wrong order.
Mm-hmm. Oh, excellent. Bam, insight check. You do have 1 reroll.
I was gonna the insight check with the reroll. Are nat 20s using this?
Yeah, you can. If you still have your nat 20, you can use it.
Okay, yeah, I want to use my nat 20.
Okay, excellent. Tell me how you absolutely crush diffusing slod confrontations.
So going off of the like confidence, he harkens back to reading and remembering and finding it very interesting that the way to kind of diffuse sort of a situation with them, the way that he sort of understood it was like just kind of going in there, sort of like calming them down, trying to get them sort of like to talk things out, sort of like, it's kind of like, I don't know, not manipulate them with magic or nothing, but just like, hey, what, maybe this, maybe that, and just making them feel calm in their situation, because he's noticed that a lot of what he studied is like all of it's like anger and grr. So he's trying just to calm them down.
Okay, excellent. Yeah. So after some time, you are all eventually given back your grades, and you see that every single one of you has passed. But as they're being passed out, Professor Vareldelang says, "And I would like everyone to know that the top grade of the class was BAM. Very well done. You aced the exam with flying slotty colors. Well done."
Thank you. I tried.
So I want to take everyone's attention to your tracking sheets. They should be in the player handouts folder. I'm going to go ahead and close this, players, but I'm just going to show this to chat real quick. So this is what an example of the tracking sheet looks like. Essentially, you can use it to record all of your relationships and your report cards. So for report card number 1, I want you to type in slotty. And for rerolls, everyone had a reroll, so you can write yes. D4s, you get Emmy, you get 1, and the skill is Arcana. Solrag, you get 1. So in where it says D4, type in 1, and then for skill, it's going to be Insight for you.
Yep.
Bam, you have 2 D4s, so 2. And your skills are Arcana and Insight. Eris, you get 1 and you get Arcana. Because those are the skills that you used. And that you passed. So the multiple choice was Arcana and the essay was Insight. And just to explain what this is, so anytime during this year, we are currently in year 1, you have a new special die that's just in your back pocket that you can use anytime you want. It's called a student die. And essentially it adds a 1d4 to the relevant roll. So for those of you that got the Arcana skill, you have a 1d4 that you can use for any Arcana check. For the Insight roll, you have a 1d4 that you can use for any Insight check. And these kind of like become small little advantages that can add up over the year. And then after the year is done, it resets. Okay?
So we can so if we use it once, then we can use it again another time, or is it only one time?
It's like once a day kind of thing.
Once a day. Okay.
Yeah. So that is the end of the testing phase. So as everyone's beginning to file out of the classroom, the group of you are standing outside as Professor Vareldelang closes the door and sits back down at her desk.
So before as she's closing the door, I would like to put my hand inside of it and
roll me a dex save.
Crunch.
Dex. Hold on, I gotta go.
17. Okay, you managed to like catch the door before it closes and also not jam your fingers. So she opens the door. Yes, Solrag, what is it?
I would like to have a conversation with you, if you could, for just a moment.
All right, come on in.
So he'll walk in on the classroom and look behind to see if anybody else is following him.
Emmy's outside.
All right. So Miss Vareldelang, I don't know if
Professor Vareldelang.
Professor. So I've encountered 2 instances myself where I've had some furniture or another aberration assault students. And and he'll pull out the 2 vials of black liquid inside of his hands and be like, So both of these liquids here have been found at the scenes on the creature.
Oh.
And then I was told by another student that a similar incident happened with some frogs.
Yes, this is starting to come back to me. And she takes one of the vials and she shakes it a little. I had actually given one of these to Erzmatok so he can sample it and tell me exactly what it is. Unfortunately, as a professor, I am quite busy and I can't bother myself with these sort of things. But it does seem that this is a mounting problem. Perhaps I should reevaluate that. And she kind of like turns it in her hands, uncorks it, smells it. Ooh. Corks it again.
Professor, excuse me for saying this, but with your slight and not actually taking care of this yourself or showing any interest in handing it off to an inexperienced student, they spilt that same liquid on a table, which caused an incident at the cafe.
I see. If that's the case, she holds her hand out, give me the other vial. I will need to take this into custody if it is a dangerous substance. I do not want this to happen again.
And hands the other vial to her and like, so you are going to take this seriously and actually investigate this and not shove it off to the side, correct?
Of course. If it is as serious as you say and what happened did happen, absolutely.
Yes, you can ask the other 3 students that were with me as I left.
I believe
about
you.
This. Okay. And I'm going to insight check her on this, actually, that she's actually going to actually do this.
Absolutely. You rolled a 2.
The die 4 isn't even going to help with this.
It seems like she's taking it dead seriously. Her eyes are focused on you. Her whole body is facing you. She's taking it, and she hasn't just shoved it away in her desk. She's holding it in her hand.
Okay. I've already talked to Professor Sharpik about this, and she said she tasted it even, said it was just leather conditioner, but it's too much of a happenstance or coincidence that all 3 events have had this liquid.
I will speak with Professor Sharpbeak then, and we will see what we can divine from this. I do appreciate your help. Was anyone injured in the attack?
Excluding myself, I don't think so. I took the brunt of it for most of the other students.
Well, here, she reaches into her desk and pulls out a potion of healing and hands it out to you. Take this for your trouble. I hope that perhaps this will soothe any injuries that might remain.
Thank you. I appreciate it. And I thank you as well for taking this seriously.
Absolutely. Can't have any other students getting hurt.
And so he will essentially do a slight bow to her and walk out of the room.
Okay. You see as you are leaving that she unlocks a part of her desk. She opens it up and puts it away, locks it closed, and she continues doing what she was about to do.
I'm not even going to do anything about that because I know she has to take care of the test first. So like, I know she's at least locked them away somewhere safe. So
yeah,
it's more of a thing now that she's actually doing that.
Mm-hmm. So Solrag joins the others outside.
Emmy has like their like score sheet and everything, and kind of looking down and says, I honestly thought I was gonna fail, and I'm just really happy that I barely passed. This is the best day.
He comes Solrag comes walking out like, oh my god, I know.
Right? Oh my god.
Wow.
You know what? We should go out for celebration drinks.
Yes.
I
Yes.
Absolutely.
yes.
Totally with that. Drinks are on me for tonight.
Oh, really?
Perfect.
As you were saying that, someone comes swinging in, throwing an arm over Eris, throwing an arm over Emmy, and it's Xanther. Xanther says, "Hey, I got straight flying. Fuck, oh god, I got."
You got
Flying
straight flying
colors?
fuck?
Yeah!
Nice!
Yeah!
I love. Wait, never mind. That's good.
No.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Yeah. Hey, I did so well because of you. I really appreciate it. I heard drinks. Are we getting some drinks?
Yeah, they're on Solrag.
Xanther,
Yeah.
you are
Hey.
totally in on this. Let's go.
Let's go. And so we have this like little montage of like this little like drawing back of the camera as everyone is walking off. The sun is setting in the background. You're heading towards the tavern. And the camera focuses behind the group. As you're leaving the classroom, you see Quintilius staring after. His eyes narrow as he looks at Emmy. Emmy. You have drawn the rogue card.
Oh, no! Emmy's plan's gone. Your plans are gone.
Oh no.
Frenemies?
Oh my
Enemy.
God.
You have a nemesis.
Oh,
I wonder why.
It's Reginald's fault.
I know. That's amazing. I'm so glad that played out. God, I was holding onto that card from the very beginning, and I was like, who the fuck's gonna hate Emmy? Thanks, Reginald.
Reginald is a menace.
Oh my god.
He's
Thank
her
you.
friend and a bane.
Yes. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. Really appreciate all of the show of support. Thank you so much for the awesome roleplay, and just this was a fucking amazing episode. I really, really appreciate it. We're gonna go around real quick and tell you about who we are, where you can find us, and what our favorite part of today's session was. And let's start off with Piper.
Hey everyone, I'm Piper or Matihi. I'm also Maddie Matihi on Twitter and Instagram. You can find me over on Emma Panada's channel every Tuesday running our Curse of Lady Strahd game, a queer voyage into Barovia. I'm also here every other Wednesday for Stella Luna's Patreon campaign, Wilds Beyond the Witchlight. And yeah, if you want to hop in on that Patreon for Stella, you definitely can.
Just to let everyone know.
Not the game.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Go
Just
ahead,
let
no.
everyone know Patreons get a fast pass when it comes to the Strixhaven roster. So if you want to play more often, just check out the
Get it.
Patreon link in the chat.
You can also find me, oh goodness, on my channel sometimes. And I voice a tiny tabaxi child named Jimothy. And he plays video games, and I'll also be running a game starting in April soon, and I'll talk about that on my Twitter. But my favorite part of tonight, I think anything to do with Reginald. I think just the stare down between him and Quintilius was excellent. And then them just being like, yeah, okay, and continuing the studying. I love that so much.
Just let me show everyone Reginald there.
Oh, yes.
Please perceive
Yes.
The boy.
the boy. Here comes the boy. Love it. Thank you
That's fun.
so
So good.
much. Next, we have Zombie.
There we go. Hello, I am Jacob. I'm Zombie IMZ. I'm one of those names you like to call me. I am the lore keeper and Captain Z of the Good Ship Clip. I probably do too many clips, but that's up to your own discretion. My favorite part of today is probably, honestly, all of the different interactions we've had with all the NPCs, good or bad. It's been, I think, a really fun episode where there's some that I think others have been sort of introduced to before, but I think there's at least one or two today that were just fully first introduced in this episode. So it's kind of cool to see how different characters, not only in this party but in other parties that we've had throughout this campaign so far, kind of interact with everybody. And so it's kind of cool to see who we've all bumped into and sort of like learning history. Oh, I've already met this person before and they're really nice, and it's like, oh cool, and such and such. As far as for me goes, you can find me mostly in Stella's Discord. I kind of live there. She allows me to live there. It's great. It's wonderful. Speaking of Patreon games, I'm actually in both because she's allowed it, and it was really nice for her. So this coming Wednesday, I believe, is our Ghost of Saltmarsh campaign.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll be finding me there playing Finn Carson, which is a really fun time. You can find me on Twitter at ZombieFighter89. I do a bunch of just retweets of Kirby stuff. I also do the tweets for both of those Patreon games in this game every week, so come watch all that content soon. On my Twitter, or my Twitch, my twitch.tv/ZombieFighter89, I got it confirmed. I've got the day after the Kirby game comes out off from work, so I plan to stream that day to play Kirby and the Forgotten Land, and it'll be my first stream in quite a while, so knocking some rust off of that. But I really want to play that. I really want to just sit and chill, and I may as well do it on stream. Why the hell not? And speaking of streams, every Monday I do a stream with B Street Holmes, who's also a member of the community and Patreon as well. We do a show every Monday on YouTube, youtube.com/Nights in Nirvana. We talk about all kinds of nerdy new stuff. It's at 10 p.m. Eastern. I remembered it this time. Yeah.
Excellent. Thank you.
Oh, and hire me as an editor. I do editing. The easiest way to contact me is through my Twitter DMs or my Discord DMs.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Next we have King there.
Hello, I am still came there, mostly on Twitter these days. Technically on Twitch, although I haven't quite done much with that in a little while. It's been around a while. I am very glad that among other things, Stella agreed that this particular Patreon campaign is in a time zone that I can just about make, being over here in the wonderful UK. And yes, it is actually now midnight. It's dark all the way around here. I might end up joining in some more things soon, depending on exactly how much actual caffeine I can run to make it through the following day in the land of work. My favorite moment for all this so far, the NPCs were great, but I think the bit that's going to stick in my head for a bit was the giant Solrag having an Emmy leaping up and going for the full elbow off down onto the table. If only, especially because it's usually the wrestlers are using the furniture on other people rather than seeking to destroy it with the and then one goes. So that was good. I don't think that's not going to be it. It's not going to be topped for some time.
Thank you. Yes. One of my favorite things about D&D, the way that we play it, like, of course, there's no right or wrong way to play it, but the way that we are able to, like, flavor all of the attacks and do fun stuff like that, it just makes it more interesting, I think, and it's one of my favorite things. Like, fuck yeah, punch an elbow through the table, obviously.
Yeah.
Why not? Thank you so much. Next, we have Adam.
Hello, guys. My name's Adam. You guys can usually catch me in Discord for either Stella here or in Runaway Robots. You can also catch me inside their streams and anything on Twitch, causing the chaos as much as I possibly can. But yeah, no, absolutely awesome time here today. And I'd have to say my favorite thing is the absolute end right there. Just Quintilius literally staring down at me, all because of Reginald. Reginald just causing the issue and just
the daggers,
absolute daggers. Yes. And just Reginald's not going to care. He's like, what?
Yeah.
That was just so good. Just that moment of those two just like glaring at each other.
He's a menace.
Reginald's like, what? What are you going to do?
What? I'll smack you.
It looked like it was going to be a perfect friendship. And then all of a sudden, boom.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. I'm Stella Luna. If you're new to the channel, please consider giving us a follow. That is a free way that you can support the channel and also get notifications for when we go live. We will be back with more Strixhaven on Sunday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, every Sunday at 5 p.m. If you want to play, you don't need to have any previous experience with streaming, with D&D, any of that. This is a learning community. We are all about trying to get people into the game, trying to exercise some healthy table habits, and just have a really good time. All you need to do is join our Discord, and we'll show you how to do everything, where to do everything. All you need to do is make a level 1 character and just be available. All you need is a microphone. You don't even need a camera if you don't want to. And we would love to have you come join us. Oh yeah, I'm also a professional dungeon master for hire, so if you had fun watching, imagine how much fun you'd have playing. You can check out my start playing link there in the chat if you want to hire me as your game master. But we will also be back on Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time for our Greyhawk Patreon campaign of Saltmarsh, and then on Friday at 9 p.m. will be Unbound. Thank you so much for being here, everyone. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody!
Bye.
Bye.